Good afternoon and welcome to Shawn Williams Field here on the campus of Marshalltown Community College as we get ready for this matchup between the MCC Tigers and the Iowa Central Tritons. Should be an interesting matchup here this afternoon. The Tritons come in rated number 9 in the last poll that was released in Division II, and MCC sitting at 24-12, 7-5 in conference play. Just 2 games, actually 3 games back of Iowa Western, who will be coming here at the end of April. And early May is when Iowa Western will come to town. So let's take a look at the starting lineup first for the Iowa Central Tritons. In right field, you have number 4, Austin Halligan. Number 7, Eric Gonzalez is the center fielder. Number 5, Frandulin Diaz is the third baseman. Number 12, Junior Gomez is the left fielder. Number 15, Junior Aracena is the second baseman. Number 27, Fernando Villegas is the catcher. Number 20, Max Widmar is the designated hitter. Number 19, Nolan Leppel is the first baseman. And number 2, Jose Paulino is the shortstop. For the Tigers on the mound here this afternoon is Diahan Ceballos. Behind him in left field you have Caleb Hanks. Brian Ventura's in center. Logan Holtz in right field. Joel Rosauer is the first baseman, Bennett Lopez second baseman, and Manuel Lopez at short, and Luis Duran is at third base. So we're just about ready to get this one underway as the final practice swings being taken by Halligan as he will step in for Iowa Central. The Tritons on the season, we'll get to it here in a second. Here's the opening pitch. It's on the outside corner for a strike. So Ceballos gets ahead quickly, 0-1. The Tritons on the season, 9-7 in conference play, and 20-8 overall. That's a slow roller hit to Manuel Lopez. Can't make the play. Throw it to Rosauer, who knocks it down, but that's going to be an infield hit. It's just a little nubber off the end of the bat, and Halligan able to beat it out with an infield single. Both these teams can hit very well. MCC comes in hitting .328, Iowa Central hitting .336 as a team. So both these teams hit as Eric Gonzalez will step to the plate. The second hitter for the Tritons, leading from first base, is Halligan. Gonzalez, the center fielder. Ceballos looks in, throws, it's popped up towards the right side. Rosauer drifting towards the dugout, and that's going to be out of play for strike one. Just underway here at Shawn Williams Field, as we are scoreless between MCC and Iowa Central. Gonzalez on the season hitting .400 for the Tritons. Ceballos in the stretch, takes a peek at the runner, now comes with a curveball. It's just off the inside corner for a ball. So 1-1 count on Gonzalez. Again, he's hitting .400. He has 36 hits on the season. There's a good breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. So now a 1-2 count as Ceballos looking for his first strikeout here in the first inning. He looks in, checks the runner at first, Halligan. Now comes with the pitch, and he got him swinging for a strikeout. So Gonzalez goes down swinging, and that's the first out of the inning, which will bring in Frandulin Diaz. Ceballos on the season, he's made 5 appearances, just 1 start, and he's 1-0. He also has 2 saves. This is only his second start of the year. He's got a 5.91 ERA coming into this game. And Halligan fakes like he's going, and that pitch is just off the outside corner for a ball. So Diaz steps in. He's hitting .500. He started in 15 games. A .500 hitter right now, so dangerous hitter. That's the pickoff play, and back to first is Halligan. Diaz has 4 home runs, 16 RBIs, also walked 9 times and struck out 6. Looking in is Ceballos. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder to third. Duran picks it, throws on to Lopez, on to first, and that's a double play. 5-4-3 on the turn, and MCC is out of the inning as Diaz grounds into a 5-4-3 double play. So 5-4-3 double play retires Halligan and Diaz, and MCC will be coming to bat for the first time here this afternoon on just a beautiful day for college baseball. So the Tigers will be coming up as we get their lineup for you here. Leading off will be Bennett Lopez at second base. Joel Roseauer, number 15, is the first baseman. And Manuel Lopez is the shortstop. He's number 10. Luis Duran is the cleanup hitter. He'll play third base, number 19. Logan Holtz is the right fielder. He's number 6. Number 8, Christian Jaworski is the designated hitter for Diahan Ceballos. Number 30, Hunter Embre is the catcher. Number 3, Brian Ventura, the center fielder. And number 7, Caleb Hanks is the left fielder. For Iowa Central around the outfield, you have Junior Gomez in left field. In center field is Eric Gonzalez. Right field, Austin Halligan. Third base is Franulin Diaz. Shortstop, Jose Polino. Second base, Junior Aracena. And first baseman, Nolan Leppel. Behind the plate is Fernando Villegas. And on the mound is Evan Johnson for the Tritons. Johnson on the season is 1-0 with a 5 ERA. He's started 3 of his 4 appearances, so he has made 3 starts. He struck out 13 and walked 8. He's allowed 18 hits, 12 runs, and 10 earned runs on the season. So Lopez will lead it off for the Tigers. Bennett Lopez hitting .330 on the season for MCC. So as the warm-up pitches being thrown by Johnson, Lopez getting ready to get into the box here for the Tigers. As the final few pitches, MCC had a very impressive week last week, going 5-1 as they beat up on Kirkwood at Kirkwood and then went to Indian Hills and took 3 of 4 from them. So the Tigers on a little bit of a roll here. They've won 2 in a row and 5 of their last 6. 24-12 on the season, and they're 3-0 here at Shawn Williams Field. Haven't played a lot of home games as the weather and various factors had them on the road to start the season. First pitch from Johnson, and that's off the corner for a ball. So Evan Johnson falls behind Bennett Lopez. Standing in from the right side. That pitch is swung, shot down the line, and it's just foul, as Lopez was all over that pitch, but couldn't keep it fair. It went right down the third baseline. It would just hug the line, but wouldn't hit the bag. So 1-1 count now. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning. Looking in is Johnson. Here comes the pitch, and that's just a little bit low for a ball. So 2-1 on Lopez. The second baseman for the Tigers has 1 home run, which he hit in one of the last ball games we did here. And that ball is lined into the left center field gap on the run, and he's not going to get it, is Gomez. And now he's going for 2. Lopez slides, and he's in there safely with a hustling double. So Bennett Lopez gets to second with a hustling double. Looked like it was going to just be a single, but Gomez kind of went after it casually. And by the time he got it back in, Lopez able to hustle into second. And the Tigers have a runner out on second base to start the ball game. That'll bring up Joel Roseauer, who came up with a game-winning hit over the weekend at Indian Hills on Sunday in a 1-0 victory. He did that in extra innings. As Roseauer, his job is to get the runner over. He drops it down, a good bunt, picked up by Villegas, throws out Roseauer, but he does the job. He sacrifices Lopez over to third base. And a good sac bunt moves Lopez to third. And that'll give Emmanuel Lopez a chance to drive in Bennett Lopez. Emmanuel Lopez on the season hitting .441. He has 41 RBIs and 7 home runs. Now time is called. The Tigers trying to strike first here in the bottom of the first inning. Looking in is Johnson. Here he comes from the stretch. It's a curveball. It swings, and it looks like it caught the umpire as Lopez fouled it off. And the umpire caught that one, looked like right on the leg. So the catcher and batter walks off, and then the catcher gives him time. The catcher and umpire have a good relationship back there. Usually when the catcher gets hit, then the umpire will walk out to the pitcher or take some time. This time the umpire hit, and Villegas walks out to Johnson and takes some time to let the umpire shake one off. 0-1 count as Emmanuel Lopez steps back in, trying to drive in his 42nd run of the season. Looking in is Johnson. Bottom of the first inning here from Shawn Williams Field, and that's a pitch that's high and tight for a ball. Looked like it was a curveball, but maybe a slider because it came in a little bit faster than you think the curveball would. It just didn't do much. Johnson coming back to the plate, and there it is again. Lopez drives it through the left side of the infield. Bennett Lopez will score, and that's an RBI single for Emmanuel Lopez. So MCC takes a 1-0 lead. Bennett Lopez doubles, Rosauer bunts him to third, and Emmanuel Lopez drives him in with an RBI single. That's how you draw it up there. Good baseball from MCC. So now Duran will step in. Emmanuel Lopez leading from first base. 1-0 Tigers on the Tiger Sports Network. And that pitch is outside for a ball. So 1-0 count on Duran. Johnson again on the season. He only pitched 18 innings, and he has allowed now 11 earned runs. As there comes the pitch. That's low for a ball. Villegas a good stop, though. But a 2-0 count on Luis Duran. Duran has 3 home runs and 30 RBIs. He also has 14 doubles and a 2-0 count. Perfect time to look for a fastball. Johnson stares in. Emmanuel Lopez leading from first. He has a good lead. That pitch is high for a ball. So now 3-0 on Duran. On the season, he has walked 9 times. Also struck out 20 times. 3-0 count here. See if he's got the green light. Here's the pitch. He does, and he pops it straight up into the air on the infield, and it's going to be a tough play. It's dropping, and it drops. It looked like everyone thought that the second baseman, Aracena, had it, and the ball just kept drifting and drifting, and Gonzalez nor Halligan came on, and that's going to drop in for a hit. So Duran will go to first base, and Manuel Lopez advances to second. So it looked like Duran was going to be in trouble. He popped up the 3-0 pitch, but instead it drops in, and now Logan Holtz will step in, hitting .402 on the season with 30 RBIs. Also 6 home runs. First and second, 1 out, and that pitch is high and tight, nearly hit him. Bottom of the first inning, already 1-0 MCC. Lopez and Duran leading from first and second. Holtz standing in from the right side, the right fielder. Here's Johnson's pitch. That pitch is sliced down the right field line, and it's going to be a foul ball. Well, Holtz trying to go with the pitch that time, and just a little bit behind, and slices it foul. 1-1 count. Or Logan Holtz. As Johnson staring back in, MCC got their first run on a double by Bennett Lopez, then an RBI single by Emmanuel Lopez, and then Duran reached on a fly ball that just fell between everybody. Now Holtz standing in. There's Johnson's pitch. It's lined through the left side. That's a base hit. The runner's being waved home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's up the line, and Emmanuel Lopez slides in safely, and that's an RBI single for Logan Holtz. If that throw would have been more on line, it might have had a better shot to get Lopez, but it's offline. He'll score, and it's 2-0 Tigers. That'll bring up the lefty, Christian Jaworski. He's the designated hitter. Give Holtz an RBI. It looked like Gomez just rushed that throw a little bit. He came up throwing, seeing Lopez going, and just threw it towards the first baseline. And Villegas couldn't do much about it. That pitch is inside for a ball. One thing in this first inning, Johnson has fell behind Tiger hitters, and they'll make you pay. They're hitting .328 on the season, 73 doubles from this MCC team as a team. Runners on first and second, just one out. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss by Jaworski. So 1-1 count. Duran will lead from second, Holtz from first. Johnson trying to get a ground ball for the Tritons, and Jaworski trying to keep it going here for MCC. Here comes the pitch. That's down for a ball. Johnson has been at the bottom of the strike zone a lot of this first inning, as pitching out of that stretch. Bennett Lopez led off the game with a double, and since then the Tigers have been right on this pitcher Johnson. That pitch is swung over. Jaworski's running towards first. It's picked up, and stepping on the bag is Leppel, and that's the second out of the inning. So Jaworski grounds out. 2 runners advance, though, and now with 2 outs, a chance for a 2-run single for Hunter Embray. Base hit here is going to score 2. These are always the plays that really hurt pitchers. Sometimes the pitcher thinks they can get out of it, and you get out of it just limiting the damage. But then if you give up 2 more, then it's suddenly 4-0. Embray takes ball 1. Good stop, though, by Villegas. As Embray trying to make Johnson pay here in the first inning. Tigers already with 4 hits. Looking in is Johnson. He checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Embray's grounder towards third. Diaz fields, throws on to first, and that's how the bottom of the first inning will come to an end. Tigers get 2 on 4 hits and no errors, and leave 2. After 1 inning, MCC leads Iowa Central 2-0 as Embray grounds out on a 5-3 putout for the 3rd out of the inning. The Tigers again get 2. 4 hits in that first inning. It was all started by Bennett Lopez, who doubled to start the game. It was kind of a hustling double, which was big because if he's at first base, then Rosauer can't bunt. Instead, he's at second base. Rosauer bunted him onto third, and then Emmanuel Lopez drove one through the left side of the infield for an RBI single. And then Duran popped one up. Looked like it was going to be the second out of the inning. Instead, it fell between Halligan and Aracena and Gonzalez, and suddenly MCC had runners on first and second. Holtz drew one through the left side of the infield, and coming around to score was Lopez, as the throw by Gomez was offline. Coming up for Iowa Central here in the top of the second inning, it'll be Junior Gomez, Junior Aracena, and Fernando Villegas. So Gomez, Aracena, and Villegas coming up for the Tritons. Gomez is hitting .410. So he probably is one of their better hitters. Stat-wise, he's played in 24 games, started all 24, and he pops that one straight up into the air. Embray pointing it out, Rosauer under it, and he'll make the catch. So a big first out there as Gomez pops out to the first baseman, Rosauer. And it's 1 out here in the top of the second for Ceballos. That'll bring in Junior Aracena. He's a .294 hitter. He's hit 2 home runs, has 6 RBIs, and that pitch is down and in for a ball. As Ceballos pitching out of the windup. He got through the first inning, 1-2-3 after the double play. He gave up a hit, but then the double play raced Halligan in the first inning, and now he falls behind 2-0. So looking in is Ceballos, as Aracena standing in from the right side, the second baseman, and that's on the corner for a strike. So a good pitch there by Ceballos, catches the corner. Now a 2-1 count. Coming right back with the pitch. That's just a little bit too far outside. So now 3-1 on Aracena. He's walked 9 times and struck out 7. So 3-1. You don't want to just throw a fastball in there with a 2-0 lead, but you don't want to walk the guy here with one out. And there's a pitch, threw it right by him for strike 2. Good pitch down and in. It's Aracena to swing over the top of it. Now the count is full. 2-0 MCC here from Shawn Williams Field. That pitch is grounded towards third, and it gets by Duran, and that'll be a single by Aracena. So he's able to get it by Duran. It's kind of a chopper, but it had a little heat to it. It just kept going, and Duran couldn't quite get to it. That's the second hit for the Tritons, which was just placed perfectly. Now Fernando Villegas steps in. He's a .324 hitter, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs on the season. Aracena leads from first. He has a pretty good lead, and that pitch is just off the corner for a ball. With the catcher up, Villegas, he handles the bat pretty well. You wonder if you might see a hit and run here from the Tritons. Aracena only has 1 stolen base, though. There's a grounder up the middle, could be 2. Lopez to Bennett Lopez on the first, and that is a double play. The second double play turn today by the Tigers. That one goes 6-4 to 3. So 2 double plays in the early going. The first 2 innings for MCC has erased runners for the Tritons. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, coming to bat for the Tigers will be Brian Ventura, Caleb Hanks, and Bennett Lopez. So Ventura, Hanks, and Lopez will be coming up for MCC. This gives us a little bit of time to take a look at some of the individual leaders in the Division I conference, or the Iowa Community College Athletic Conference. When you look at batting average individual leaders, Emmanuel Lopez for MCC hitting .441. The leading hitter is Gates for Iowa Western. Emmanuel Lopez also is tied for the lead with 7 home runs in conference. He's tied with Olson of Indian Hills, who also has 7. And then pitching-wise, MCC has a couple of pitchers on here doing really well. Colton Gonerman, a 2.48 ERA, leads the conference, and Juan Carlos Gonzalez, a 2.84 ERA. Gonzalez has also struck out 61, Gonerman with 42 strikeouts. And then wins-wise, you have Gonerman with 6, Gonzalez with 6, and Niggemeyer from Iowa Western also has 6 wins. And then Iowa Western has 2 more pitchers with 5 wins. So those are just some of the league leader or conference leading stats. We'll have the Division II stats when we get some time in between. Brian Ventura will step in for MCC, as he was the leadoff hitter for a long time, but now has moved down the lineup. Strikeouts have been a problem here for Ventura a little bit. That pitch is down. And now he shows bunt. It's going to be fouled off right to Villegas. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1-1 count on Ventura. Here to start the bottom of the second inning. Johnson gave up 2 in the first. And that pitch is on the corner for a strike. Now Ventura behind in the count, 1-2. Didn't appear like he liked the call, but the umpire said it was right there on the corner. So Ventura standing back in. Now he's going to have to battle, try and foul it off if it's not to his liking. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss on a beautiful little slider, and Ventura strikes out. That's a tough pitch to hit there. Started right in the middle of the plate and just broke down and away, and Ventura swung right over the top of it. That's now 31 strikeouts for Ryan Ventura, and that'll bring in Caleb Hanks. Hanks has a lot of speed. He's a .284 hitter. Looking in is Johnson. Shows bunt, and that's outside for a ball. At the bottom of the order here for MCC, so on deck will be Bennett Lopez. He's already doubled. Wasn't a conventional double, just kind of floated one out to left center and then took off, and now Hanks drives the bunt towards first base. It's going to be a great bunt, and he's safe on the drag bunt. Hanks bunted it towards first, and if you get it by the pitcher from the right-handed side, you're very difficult to get out. Once he got it between the first base, second base, and pitcher, unless the second baseman gets a great jump on it, you're not going to get him. And Hanks with an infield bunt single. And now with Hanks at first base, see if he does some running here. He's got 8 stolen bases, only been caught once. He's got a good lead at first. See if Bennett will take a couple pitches, see if Hanks can get in a scoring position, although Lopez handles the bat well, so it could be a hit-and-run situation. That pitch is down. Villegas looked like he wanted to throw back. Instead, he lost his balance. And it's a 1-0 count. So Lopez already 1 for 1 in the game, doubled back in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 MCC. Looking in is Johnson. In the stretch, pickoff play, and back into first is Hanks quite easily. So with Hanks getting back pretty easily, see if he gets a bigger lead. It looks like it's about the same as it's been. So he's kind of looking towards second. Now he's throwing it over again, and Hanks back safely. Kind of a chess match here between Johnson and Hanks. As Hanks the good base stealer, Johnson trying to be quick to the plate. So Villegas has a chance, or just keep him close. And that pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Good stop, though, by Villegas. He's done a pretty good job behind the plate, at least in the first 2 innings, keeping everything in front of him. 2-0 count now on Bennett Lopez. He's only hit 1 home run, but it did come here. He drove it right over the scoreboard. And there goes Hanks, and Lopez swings and grounds it past the third baseman foul. As he tried to line that one down to third, and Diaz was there, but just a little bit out in front. Hanks was running on the 2-0 pitch. See what happens here on 2-1. 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Johnson looks in. He checks the runner. Hanks with a good lead. And Lopez drives it down to third again, but foul. So Bennett Lopez just a little bit out in front. He's right on the pitch, but just a little bit early. And a 2-2 count here with 1 out. Last time Johnson got to this position, he threw a slider. This time he's going to check the runner. And Hanks back safely. So where Lopez has to watch that disappearing slider down and away. Hanks with a good lead. Here comes Johnson's pitch. There it is. Villegas picks it. Throw back to first, and Hanks is just barely back in. That was close at first base. Hanks just able to slide back in. Villegas picked it right out of the dirt and threw it right on the money, but Hanks just got his hand in under the tag. Full count, 1 out, bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Tigers. Here comes Johnson's pitch. Nope, he's going to check the runner again. As this is where, as a base runner, you can really get into the head of the pitcher and cause Johnson to throw a bad one, and Bennett Lopez could have something to hammer. Full count. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. He hits it towards center, and he's got to get back, and it's caught. Here comes the throw to first. Hanks is going to get back just barely as he checked back as Gonzalez made the catch and came up throwing, and Hanks just barely got back in as he looked back towards the center fielder, but he's able to get back, and now 2 away as Lopez flies out to center. So now with 2 outs, you got to think Hanks is going to be trying to get in a scoring position here. Rosauer, although with the lefty up, you might want to keep that hole on the right side. See what MCC does here. Johnson looking in. Here's the pitch. It's swung and fouled straight back for a strike. So Rosauer fouls that one off. As Johnson allowed 2 runs in the first inning, he's allowed 5 hits overall. As Hanks leading from first. Johnson checks him a couple times. Still hasn't come set. Now he does. Now the pickoff play. Hanks back safely. So Johnson keeping Hanks as close as he can. But still, Hanks getting a pretty good lead. Villegas on the season. See if I can't find his catcher numbers here. That pitch is a pitch out. Thought Hanks might have been running. Instead, he stays put. That's a ball, 1-1. As Johnson looks in, 1-1 count on Rosauer. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Looked like a changeup maybe there. Just kind of came in and just went straight down. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Hanks leading from first. He reached on a bunt single. Johnson looking in. Here's the pitch. It's a curveball on the inside corner called strike 3. So Rosauer strikes out looking, and that's how the second inning will come to an end. So MCC gets 1 hit, but they leave 1, and after 2 innings, the Tigers lead 2-0 here on the MCC Tiger Sports Network. So MCC with a 2-0 lead. Coming up for Iowa Central will be Max Widmer, Nolan Leppel, and Jose Paulino. The Tritons have already hit into 2 double plays, as Ceballos has gotten 2 double plays, one to Duran and the other to Emmanuel Lopez. So not much damage has been done on Ceballos. He's been able to keep the ball on the ground for the most part, and even the 2 hits that Iowa Central got were not really struck all that hard. The one hit was an infield single that just kind of found the spot between short and third, and then the other hit just kind of found a hole between Duran and Emmanuel Lopez. So stepping in will be Widmer. He's hitting .348. Now Widmer will stand in. The big lefty hit 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Here's Ceballos' pitch on the outside corner for a ball. Just off the outside corner, rather. The 1-0 count. And that pitch is hammered towards first. Gets by Rosauer. Goes into short right field. Coming on is Holtz. He's going to hold the runner to first. And we'll see if that's going to be an error or a base hit for Widmer. Either way, he reaches first base. It looks like it could be an error for Rosauer. We'll see what the decision is. They are going to give him a hit. So that's a hit for Widmer. And a single for Max Widmer. Now into the plate is Nolan Leppel, and that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So the Tritons have a leadoff runner on, and Widmer. Ceballos has gotten 2 double plays already in the ballgame. That pitch is down for a ball. 1-1 count. This is only Ceballos' second start for MCC. He has come in relief appearances, but only his second time starting. That pitch is inside for a ball. So now a 2-1 count. And this is kind of the dangerous part of the order, because if you get in trouble down here at the back end, then the front end, the top of the order, and the 2, 3, 4 parts can do a lot of damage. So 2-1 count, nobody out, top of the third inning. Looking in is Ceballos. That pitch is lined towards right center field. Ventura's not going to get it. Going towards third is Widmer. He's going to be in there. The ball gets away. Bennett Lopez backs up, and going down to second is Leppel. Widmer goes to third. Leppel is going to get, I would guess, a single and an error would be my estimation, but we'll see. I think the throw by Ventura got away, and that allowed the runner to go down to second base. And now nobody out, And the bottom of the order up is Jose Paulino, the shortstop, the number 9 hitter, hitting .263. Does have 19 RBIs, though. 2-0 Tigers. Ceballos in a little bit of a jam here. Looking in is Ceballos, needing to get ahead, and he throws the pitch. It's lined towards right field, and that's going to be a foul ball. Well, foul there, but Paulino not waiting around, trying to get that first pitch fastball. And Ceballos was actually just named the Iowa Community College Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Week. So, cool honor there for Diahan Ceballos. He pitched really well out of the bullpen, and now he's starting, but in a little bit of a jam here in this second inning. That pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1 count. Looking in is Ceballos, looking for a pop-up or a strikeout here that would keep the runners where they're at. That pitch is grounded up the middle. That's going to get through. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Ventura is going to just throw to second. That's a 2-run single for Paulino, and we are all knotted at 2. So Paulino drives it up the middle. He drives in 2 on the play, and it's all knotted up. Still nobody out, and that'll bring the top of the order back to the plate in Austin Halligan. Halligan singled on an infield hit. He just grounded it off towards, he kind of, just a chip shot off towards the shortstop Lopez. And now Ceballos looking Paulino back to the bag. Paulino on the season, 2 stolen bases, 1 caught stealing. So he's 2 for 3. Trying to pick him off again, just keeping him close. As Ceballos got out of trouble with double plays in the first 2 innings, and here in this 3rd inning, Iowa Central has been able to get to him for 2 runs. That pitch is down for a ball. Top of the 3rd inning. A good one here at Shawn Williams Field, 2-2. And there goes the runner. Embre comes up throwing. It's low. And he can't pick it out as Lopez, and a stolen base for Paulino. So Paulino steals second. Embre got a good pitch to throw on, just couldn't quite get it there. It was just a little low. And that was ball 2 against Halligan, as Halligan is hitting .306. And now with nobody out, runner on second is Paulino. And Ceballos looking to get the first out of the inning here in the top of the 3rd. Ceballos looks in, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. So big pitch there. You don't want to fall behind 3-0. With the power on deck, Eric Gonzalez and Randulin Diaz and Junior Gomez all coming up. So an important out here for Ceballos, try to get that first out, and there's a good breaking ball on the corner for strike 2. So now he's looking for a strikeout here. Keep Paulino at second base. 2-2 count. 2-2 between MCC and Iowa Central. Ceballos steps off, and Paulino takes a couple steps back towards the bag. Now here comes the 2-2. It's grounded towards first. Rojauer's going to get it, but it's foul, as it looked like it was going to come right to him, but then just shot off towards the other side of the first base bag, the right side of the bag, and foul ball. Actually a good thing for the Tigers, because that was just going to be a ground out, but a productive out. Although, depending on what happens in the rest of this at bat, if you can get the strikeout, that foul ball was a good thing. MCC is out hit Iowa Central 5-4. The Tritons have 3 hits here in the inning. Here's the pitch. That pitch is sliced towards left field, but it's foul, and will stay 2-2. Still nobody out, top of the third. Paulino down at second base. He stole second after a single, which drove in 2 runs. Ceballos looking for his first strikeout. Actually, he's got one, looking for his second strikeout. And he got him. He strikes him out swinging, and it's caught, so the batter Halligan is out. So a big strikeout there, and the first out here in the top of the third. That'll bring up Eric Gonzalez, a .400 hitter. He's got 21 RBIs. He's also hit 3 home runs, has 7 doubles, and 36 hits. A very good hitter standing in from the right side, the center fielder. As looking in is Ceballos. Here's the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. So big pitch there to get ahead of Gonzalez. Diaz standing in the on-deck circle, rounded into a double play. Gonzalez at the plate struck out in his first at-bat. It's like his shoe needs to be tied, so he calls time. 0-1 count, 1 out, top of the third inning. 2-2 here at Shawn Williams Field. It's a beautiful day for baseball. At the beginning of the week, it kind of looked like there might be rain on today, but it's like we've lucked out. Just a gorgeous day for baseball. Got 1 9-inning game here today. An important at-bat here in the early innings, top of the third. Ceballos, here comes the pitch. Paulino faked like he was going. A good stop by Embre to keep Paulino at second. He got down and was able to keep that one in front of him. 1-1 count. Embre puts the mask back on. Now looks to the dugout to see what pitch they want him to go with. Paulino, a pretty big lead at second. Here's the pitch. It's lined towards right field. Holtz breaking back, going back, going to make the catch right in front of the warning track. Now Paulino's tagging up. Lopez throw to third. He's in there safely. A good relay that time by the Tigers, but Paulino able to just get under the tag. And that'll be a sacrifice fly for Gonzalez as Holtz went all the way back. Looked like at first that he was going to have trouble with it, but then he slowed down, caught it, and nearly a double play, but Paulino able to get to third. On F9, as Franulin Diaz will step in. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Always big to get ahead of a good hitter, especially the hitters that this Triton lineup has. Diaz, a .500 hitter. 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. That pitch is swung and missed for strike 2. So Ceballos 1 strike away from getting out of this with a 2-2 tie. Paulino at third base. As Ceballos looking in. Diaz might be a guy to chase a high fastball. We'll see what they go with. He throws it. It's a ground ball towards short. Lopez handles it, throws on to first, and Rojauer able to get it, and that will end at this top of the third inning. So 2 runs and 2 hits. Also 2 errors for the Tigers. And they leave 1 on base for Iowa Central. 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the third inning as Diaz grounded out to short. Nice play by Emmanuel Lopez. And we got a good baseball game going on here from Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network here. It's a beautiful day for baseball. 2-2. MCC out hitting Iowa Central 5-4. Errors played a little bit of a factor in that last inning, which was tough for the Tigers, and never want to give a team extra outs. And Paulino made MCC pay. It wasn't really an extra out, but they were able to get runners on second and third due to a poor relay throw. And then Paulino made him pay with that 2-run single. Emmanuel Lopez will step in to lead off. He'll be followed by Luis Duran and Logan Holtz. Now Lopez already has an RBI single, and now he'll stand in. Hitting from the right side. 0-0 count, and there's a good hook as he's in there for a strike. Pretty good looking curveball from Evan Johnson there. 0-1 count on Lopez. Johnson takes his time. Here's the pitch, and that's high and outside for a ball. A 1-1 count on Lopez, a .441 hitter. The MCC shortstop ended the last inning with a ground out. He was able to make the play and throw out Diaz. Now he swings. He tried to golf that one, and that's strike two. I don't know if it's a changeup that Johnson is throwing, but a few Tiger hitters have chased those pitches down there, and it can't be a straight fastball. You got to think it's probably a changeup or something that's just disappearing. There's the pitch. There's that slider or combination type breaking ball. Well, Lopez a good job laying off. Lopez has walked 20 times and struck out 21. It's a pretty good percentage there. 2-2 count, bottom of the third inning. Lopez trying to get his second hit of the day. And he'll ground this one towards short. Picked up by Paulino, throws on to first, and Lopez is retired for the first out. Well, Paulino throws out Lopez, so shortstop throws out the other shortstop. That'll bring up Luis Duran. He also singled back in the first inning. He hit kind of a pop-up between the right field, center field, and second baseman, and just fell in between all of them. Johnson coming right after him with a fastball. It's down for a ball. MCC got 2 in the first inning. And Iowa Central scored 2 here in the top of the third to tie the game. 2-all here in the bottom of the third, and that pitch is outside for a ball. Duran was a 3-0 count when he swung last time and popped it up, but got the single. Now 2-0. Johnson has thrown 5 straight balls to Duran, and he pops this one straight up. Underneath it is Leppel, and he'll make the catch, and that's 2 away. So 2 down. That'll bring up Logan Holtz, the right fielder. MCC trying to avoid their first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Johnson seems to be settling in just a touch. As Duran on that 2-0 pitch tried to crush it, and Holtz does hammer it towards the left field corner. That's going to the fence. He's drowning first, headed for second, and it's going to be a close play. Nope, he's in there standing. I didn't see the shortstop out there to cut it off. Thought that throw was going directly to second, but Holtz in with a 2-out double. So now a chance for Jaworski to do a little 2-out damage here. Looked like Johnson was home free here in this third inning. Got the first 2 outs from a 3 and 4 hitter, and Holtz makes him pay with a double down the line. Now Jaworski a chance for a 2-out RBI. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. As Villegas has stopped everything, anything in the dirt, he's been able to keep it in front of him here this afternoon. Looking in is Johnson. Leading from second is Holtz. Jaworski fouls that one back, and that's a strike. That was that same pitch that looks like it's going to be right there for the hitter to hit, and just kind of drops off the table. 1-1 count. Johnson very deliberate. He just kind of takes his time out there. As Jaworski standing in. Now time is called. As Villegas and Johnson must not quite be on the same page. 6 hits for MCC here in the first 3 innings. Holtz leading from second. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. The 2-0 count now on Jaworski, or 2-1, 1-1 count, excuse me. As Jaworski stands in, a 2-1 count rather. Now looking in is Johnson. Jaworski swings and misses on the outside corner. Now it's 2-2. 2-2 count on Christian Jaworski, looking for a big 2-out hit here. Just a .211 hitter on the season. He does have 4 RBIs. Standing in from the left side, trying to just find a hole. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Villegas will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. And after 3 innings, MCC gets 1 hit that inning. No errors, and they lead 1. And it is a 2-2 ball game as we head on to the top of the 4th inning. Coming up for Iowa Central will be Junior Gomez, Junior Aracena, and Fernando Villegas. For the Tritons, Gomez flew out to first, or popped out to first rather. Aracena singled, and Villegas grounded in to a 6-4-3 at double play. So Ceballos back on the mound for the Tigers with a 2-2 ball game. Andy Jennings with you here on the Tiger Sports Network. It's been a good ball game so far between these two teams. 2 very good baseball teams. You have Iowa Central is 20-8. MCC is 24-12. Iowa Central is rated 9th in the latest poll in Division II. MCC has been playing great baseball all season here for the Tigers. And now it will be Gomez standing in. The left fielder, a .410 hitter. He has hit 7 home runs, so you don't want to just throw that first pitch fastball right down the middle. There's Ceballos' pitch. Instead, he comes up and in for the ball. A 1-0 count on Gomez. Ceballos allowed his first 2 runs in that top of the 3rd inning, and now Gomez lines it down the left field line. He's rounding first. Hanks gets to it quickly, and he'll hold Gomez to a leadoff single. So a leadoff single by Gomez. And another leadoff runner for the Tritons. Last time up, Aracena singled. As Aracena singled his last at bat. So now with Gomez at first base, here comes Ceballos' pitch. That's a touch high for a ball. So 1-0 count for Aracena. Gomez on the season, 2 of 3 in stolen base attempts. That's on the corner for a strike. Aracena on the season, he's a .294 hitter. Leading from first is Gomez. Pickoff throw, close over there, but able to get his hand back in. 1-1 count, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. 2-2 between the Tigers and Tritons. Here's Ceballos' pitch. That's a little high. Like that might have been a breaking ball of some sort. Just kind of stayed up. Looking in is Ceballos. Pitching out of the stretch with Gomez at first. Here's the pitch. Just off the plate for a ball. You don't want to get the first 2 runners on here. 3-1 count. Aracena does have a little bit of pop, only 2 home runs. And that pitch is right on the inside corner for a strike. Almost a perfect pitch there from Ceballos, and nothing Aracena could do about that one. Full count, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. Gomez is going to be chase back to first on the pickoff throw. Aracena has struck out 7 times, walked 9 times, so he's got a pretty good eye. As Ceballos looks in. Gomez leaning a little bit at first. Aracena drives it towards third. Duran has it. He caught it. And it's going to be I don't know if Duran caught it or was it a grounder, but either way, the runner at second is retired. And is that a double play? That is a double play. So Duran caught the line drive. Now there's going to be a little bit of a discussion as the umpire is running over to the Iowa Central dugout. And now he's saying that is a double play. Or no, now he's saying, well, now there's all kinds of confusion as to whether Duran caught the ball. He must have caught it, but he threw it to first. Then the guy running to second would have been out right away, so you wouldn't need the tag, but MCC did the tag anyway, and that's going to be a double play on a line out. So it's an L5-3. So 2 outs. The third double play MCC is turned as Villegas steps in, 1-0 count. That pitch is hammered foul. And out of play for a strike. So now 1-1 with 2 outs. As Ceballos looks in. Here's the pitch. That's off the plate for a ball. Two to two between the Tigers and Tritons. That pitch is a good one, and swinging and missing is Villegas. Fernando on the season, a .324 hitter. He has 2 home runs and 17 RBIs. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Ceballos looking for the strikeout. And he just missed. Ceballos was taking 3 steps off the mound there and on his way to the dugout, but just off the corner for a ball. So 3-2 count now, 2 outs. That's where you got to be. Probably got to put it in the strike zone. I don't know if you're going to get a call on the outside after walking off like that, and that's outside for a ball. So Villegas with a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Max Widmer. He singled just an inning ago. So Widmer will come up. The catcher at first base is Villegas. Not thinking he's a threat to steal. He hasn't attempted a stolen base, although Ceballos checks him. With 2 outs, Widmer, a pretty good hitter at .348. That pitch is in there for a strike. So Ceballos, a good job getting ahead of the hitter. As Villegas takes his lead from first. Ceballos trying to pitch around the 2-out walk. That's lined towards left field. Hank's drifting back. He's under it, and he'll make the catch to end the top of the 4th inning. So a hit and no one left on base for the Tritons. So the Tigers be coming to bat, trying to get the lead back. They led 2-0 after the 1st inning. And Iowa Central tied it at 2 in the top of the 3rd. And here we stand in the bottom of the 4th with Hunter Embray, Brian Ventura, and Caleb Hanks coming up for MCC. Johnson has seemed to settle in just a touch out on the mound. Seemed a little bit more confident than he did back in that 1st inning. He's thrown quite a few strikes, and he hasn't gotten behind too many MCC hitters. When he has, he's paid, as Holtz lined that 2-out double, but with 2 outs, it's tough to come around to score if you can't get the 2-out hit. But looking at how MCC scored, they got an RBI single from Emmanuel Lopez, and they also got an RBI single from Logan Holtz. Now, those are the 2 runs scored by MCC. Iowa Central scored on a 2-run single by Jose Paulino. So Paulino drove in 2 with a 2 RBI single. And that'll bring in Hunter Embray to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Ventura stands on deck. Embray grounded out to 3rd, back in the 1st. Here's Johnson's pitch. It's in there for a strike. Some wicked movement on that pitch. Like it was coming right at Embray, then broke right down the middle of the plate. Johnson has quite a few different breaking balls. He tries a fastball in the corner, and it's low for a ball. 1-1 count. Johnson pitching mostly out of the stretch as Embray pops it up. Leppel is under it. He drifts into foul territory and makes the catch. So Embray pops out. That's the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the 4th. See if Ventura can get something to hit. As Ventura and Hanks both have a lot of speed, if either one of them can get on here. Ventura will get the first chance. He struck out his first time. He hammers one to left. That's going to be a foul ball. It had the distance, but it's foul. As Ventura jumped all over it, looked like that either curveball or slider, and he hammered it, but just a little bit out in front. He has hit 5 home runs on the season. 0-1 count as Ventura steps out. Now he steps back in. The third baseman, Diaz, playing in at the corner. Ventura shows bunt, and that's outside for a ball. So Diaz playing in at third. The first baseman, also Leppel, playing in a couple steps. The second baseman is all the way back. That pitch is inside. Nearly hit Ventura, and it's a 2-1 count. So Ventura looking for something he can drive as Johnson looks in. Here's the pitch. Off the outside corner for a ball. Thought I might have heard a fan down there yell strike, but the umpire says ball. 3-1 count, 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. MCC center fielder Brian Ventura standing in. Shows bunt, and that's on the corner for a strike. 3-1 count. Showing bunt, you don't see that too often, but Ventura trying to get on base any way he can. Now he's got to watch out for either that slider or sinker or maybe a changeup. As the umpire and Ventura talking about where Ventura's foot was, but how everything's good. Full count. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So working a 1-out walk is Brian Ventura. Good at bat there. And that'll bring up Caleb Hanks. He got on via the bunt single. He got it past the pitcher. And we'll see what he tries to do here. With Ventura at first base, you might think you want to take a pitch, give Ventura a chance to steal. He has 7 stolen bases. He's got a good lead. He fakes like he's going. Hanks tries that same bunt, and he's going to do it again. As Leppel, it's a race to the bag. He's safe as he dropped the ball. It's a tough play there. Leppel got to it and threw it to Johnson. But it was going to be close. I don't know if Hanks would have beat it or not, but the ball was dropped, and it's going to be first and second with 1 out. We'll see whether they give that error or a hit. It's going to be a hit. So a hit for Caleb Hanks. That's his second bunt single. That'll bring up Bennett Lopez. Runners on first and second. MCC could be in a situation where he could pull off a double steal with the speed they have out there. Lopez batting from the right side. Outside for a ball. Ventura and Hanks both with good speed. Hanks has 8 stolen bases. Ventura with 7. Bennett Lopez at the plate. .330 hitter as he calls time. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2-2 here from Shawn Williams Field. Hanks leading off from first. Leppel not really paying much attention to him. Ventura a good lead at second. Lopez swings and fouls it. Able to just tip it. And that's strike 1. So Bennett Lopez got a pretty big hole there between second base and first base if he could drive one through the right side. Also a big hole in the left side between short and third. Ventura a good lead at second. Johnson looks in. 1-1 count. And here comes the pickoff play. He threw it into center field. Ventura's going to third. Hanks will stay at first as the pickoff play was thrown to Paulino. And Johnson threw it away. That allows Ventura to go to third. Hanks stays at first. And now with runners on first and third and 1 out, you wonder if Hanks will try to take second here. Still 1-1 count on Bennett Lopez. A 2-2 ball game between MCC and Iowa Central. Ventura a good lead at third. Hanks with a good lead at first. Lopez shows bunt, and it comes back for a strike. That pitch started at Lopez and was able to break on the inside corner. Now 1-2 count. That's where you got to lay off a pitcher's pitch, as Johnson's probably going to throw something in the dirt here. Instead, he tries the old fake the third first move. You rarely ever see that move work, but once in a while it might if you get caught off guard. 1-2 count, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Bennett Lopez with runners on first and third. Here's the pitch. It gets away from Villegas. Ventura stays put, but Hanks will go down to second. So a big play there. It's a 2-2 count now. Hanks gets second base. Now a 2-2 count with 1 out. Bennett Lopez looking to drive in 2 with a base hit here. Johnson looking in. Here's the pitch. It's swung and just staying alive as Lopez is that same either curveball or slider was starting at him and then looked like it was going to break over the inside corner. Lopez able to hang alive and foul it off. 2-2 count here between Johnson and Lopez. Johnson looking in. Just 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. Johnson comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Good eye by Bennett Lopez. So now it's a full count. On deck you have Joel Rosauer. He's struck out and had a sacrifice bunt. Full count here to Lopez. Here's the pitch from Johnson. It's down and low. And that's ball 4. So Lopez draws the walk. And the bases are now loaded for Joel Rosauer. So Rosauer, a big chance here to do some real damage for the Tigers. Johnson had been working pretty well in that 3rd inning, but here in the 4th, he's ran into trouble throwing strikes. That's his 2nd walk here in this 4th inning. Also allowed a bunt single, and swinging and Just goes foul. As Rosauer swung, I think he thought it was going to go foul, but nobody moved except for Caleb Hanks. Ventura started to come to the plate. On a ground ball, you got to go with the bases loaded. The 0-1 count. 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. 2-2 between MCC and Iowa Central. Johnson checks the runners. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. Johnson has struggled a bit with his control this inning. If Rosauer's patient, he might get something good to hit. Ventura's at third. Hanks at second. Bennett Lopez at first. Looking at his Johnson. Here's the pitch. It's swung and fouled off. Emmanuel Lopez is in the on-deck circle. At the very least, you're looking for Rosauer to try and put one in the air here, get a sacrifice fly. 1-2 count, 1 out, bases loaded. You don't want to strike out in this situation. Here's Johnson's pitch. It's off the plate for a ball. Good eye by Rosauer as that pitch started to come back, but Johnson started it a little further off the plate, and it stayed outside. 2-2 count here on the Tiger first baseman. Looking in is Johnson. He sets. Here's the pitch. It's just a little bit off the plate for a ball. The umpire flinched there. Thought he was going to ring up Rosauer, but might have been a touch high. Full count, 1 out, bases loaded. Nowhere to put Joel Rosauer as he's trying to come up with a big hit here. A walk brings a run in two. Here's Johnson's pitch. Rosauer swing and a miss. He struck him out. Well, Rosauer tipped it, but it's caught by the catcher Villegas. But the biggest thing is you avoided the double play, even though you wanted a hit. As long as you didn't hit a ground ball right to short, you still give Lopez a chance to hit here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lopez standing in. He's got 42 RBIs on the season. A chance to do more damage here. It's in the dirt, and beautiful block by Villegas. He's taking a little bit extra time as the pitching coach is going to come out and talk to Johnson. There's an important situation here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Bases loaded. 2 outs. And Manuel Lopez at the plate. MCC's top hitter, hitting .441. He's got 7 home runs, 42 RBIs on the season. Got a .720 slugging percentage. And he's looking for something to drive here. 1-0 count. Lopez also a very disciplined hitter. He's walked 20 times and struck out 21. So standing in is Lopez, trying to come through here in the clutch. Still a lot of time to go in this ball game, but this could be a pivotal play. Bases loaded, bottom of the 4th. Johnson looking in, taking his time, and now time is called. Johnson has been pretty deliberate on the mound here today, as he really takes his time out there. And now he's ready to pitch. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that's a low for a ball. Lopez looking for something here. It's a 2-0 count. This is where Johnson has gone to that changeup that looks like a fastball, and the Tigers have swung over the top of it. And that pitch is swung and fouled straight back. That looked like the pitch right there. A little bit low as Lopez grounded that one straight in the ground and went straight backwards. 2-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 2. Here's Johnson's pitch. That's outside and low for ball 3. So now Lopez on a 3-1 count. He's looking for something he can hammer. But it's got to be in his one zone. You pick a zone here, and if it's not there, you let it go. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Swings, grounder towards third. Diaz picks it up, race to the bag. He wins it, and Johnson is able to get out of the bases-loaded jam, and this fourth inning will end with no runs coming across for the Tigers. So just one hit that inning, and they leave 3. So a tough luck inning there for MCC, as grounding out on the 5 unassisted to end the bottom of the 4th inning. So after 4 innings, we're all knotted at 2 between MCC and Iowa Central. We will take a quick break and be right back with more Tiger Baseball. I'm Andy Jennings, and you're watching MCC Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network.
Take the next step in your education at Marshalltown Community College. With over 55 programs of study, MCC can help make your dream career a reality. We can help you do it with less debt. You can graduate from MCC and go straight into the workforce, or transfer to a 4-year school and take your earned credits with you. Either way, we make it easy and affordable. Get the college experience you've dreamed of at Marshalltown Community College. Take your next step and call to schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you here on the Tiger Sports Network. MCC and Iowa Central all knotted at 2. The Tigers missed the golden opportunity there, had the bases loaded with 1 out. Joel Roshauer struck out, and then Emmanuel Lopez grounds it out to third. And that'll bring the Tritons to the plate. And Nolan Lepel, he singled in the 3rd inning, and in there for a strike to start the 5th is Ceballos. Ceballos has pitched pretty well outside of that 3rd inning where he gave up 2. He's kept the Tritons hitters off balance. There's a ground ball between 3rd and short. Lopez gets it, fires to first, and he guns down to Lepel. And that's the first out of the inning. So Lopez showing off the cannon there as he got to it quickly and just guns down Lepel. Paulino was the guy who came up with the big 2-run single back in the 3rd inning. That's what tied the game here at 2. Now he shows bunt, puts it down to 3rd baseline. It stays fair, and that's going to be a bunt single for Jose Paulino. Nothing Luis Duran could do about that one. He got it perfectly down the 3rd baseline, and unless that ball went foul, Paulino is going to be safe, and he's on base for the 2nd time. Paulino is just he actually hasn't stole any bases. He showed good speed on that bunt, so don't be surprised if he's running as Halligan steps in. He struck out and singled. Halligan batting from the left side, the right fielder for the Tritons. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike. MCC has out-hit Iowa Central 7-6. As Paulino over at first base. Ceballos pitching out of the stretch with 1 out. There goes Paulino. Embre's throw. It's on the bag, the tag, and he is safe. Pretty good throw that time by Embre, but Paulino able to just sneak in. And that's his 2nd stolen base of the ball game. And he's now in scoring position with 1 out for Austin Halligan. Halligan only 8 RBIs. He's a .306 hitter, though. 1-1 count. Time is called. 1 out, top of the 5th inning. 2-2, all knotted up between MCC and Iowa Central. Showing bunt is Halligan, and that's outside for a ball. So now a 2-1 count. Doesn't appear to be any activity in the MCC bullpen, at least as far as I can tell. As Ceballos looks in, that pitch is lined towards left. It's going to be well out of play and foul. So Ceballos now with a 2-2 count here on Halligan. Looking for his third strikeout of the game. And keep Paulino right at second base. Ceballos looks in. Here's the pitch. It's lined towards right field, and it's foul. It was right down the first baseline, and it will stay 2-2. As Halligan battling with Ceballos here in the top of the fifth inning. As Ceballos looks in, it's on the same page with Embray. Now checks the runner. He'll fake back towards Paulino and get him back towards second. So it does appear there is a little activity going on in the MCC bullpen. I can't see who's down there. As Ceballos' pitch is swung, it's lined towards left field. Hanks on the run. He'll make the catch on the line, and that's the second out here in the fifth inning. Nice running catch that time by Caleb Hanks. He got a good break on it and just ran that down right on the line. That'll bring up Gonzalez. He struck out and flown out to right. He hit one to Holtz back in the third inning, which carried a little bit further than you thought it might, but Holtz was able to get under it. The 2 outs as Halligan lined out. And now a line drive right back up the middle. Ventura gets it. He's coming up throwing. It's cut off by Rosauer. Not going to be cut off, but a run scores. And it's 3-2 at Triton's taking the lead. So Gonzalez with the RBI single. So Paulino single and stolen base. And the run comes home on the RBI from Gonzalez. Well, that'll bring up Diaz with 2 outs as Ceballos trying to retire Diaz here and get the Tigers back to the plate. They'll have Duran, Holtz, and Jaworski coming up. There's a ground ball to Duran. He'll field, throw on to first, and that will do it for the top of the fifth inning. But Iowa Central gets one and takes the lead on 2 hits. And they will take a 3-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. So MCC trailing for the first time here today after Iowa Central. It's been Jose Paulino who's been the problem today for the Tigers. He has a 2-run single. He's also scored a run. So he's accounted for all 3 of the runs for Iowa Central. And the Tritons have a 3-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. MCC had a golden opportunity in that bottom of the fourth, loaded the bases with 1 out, but couldn't get a run home. And whenever that stuff happens, it can sometimes come back to bite you. 3-2, Tritons on top of the Tigers. Andy Jennings with you on the Tigers Sports Network. Just a beautiful afternoon for baseball here in Marshalltown. Iowa Central and MCC both have 7 hits. MCC with 2 errors. Iowa Central with 1. Duran will lead off. He's got the thunder in his bat to make this a 3-3 game with 1 swing. But Johnson has kept him off balance. He has allowed a single to Duran. Duran's also popped up to first base. Johnson's been very careful with him. Thrown him a lot of balls. On a 3-0 count, Duran popped a single. And then on a 2-0 count last time, he popped out first. That pitch is low for a ball. So 1-0 count on MCC's third baseman, Luis Duran. Johnson looking in. It's a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Johnson came in with a 5 ERA and had only pitched 18 innings, but looks like he's got some pretty good stuff. Duran is jammed on the play. Diaz's long throw to third, and he'll get Duran by about a couple steps, and that's the first out of the inning. So 5-3 put out. Now Logan Holtz will come up. He's got an RBI single and a double. So Holtz is 2 for 2. Trying to make it 3 for 3 here with another hit. As Johnson looks in. Bottom of the 5th inning, and that pitch hits Holtz in the back. So that was that curveball that has been coming over the plate. Holtz takes one for the team. And the Tigers have a runner with 1 out. And Christian Jaworski at the plate. So Jaworski will stand in. This could be a big chance for MCC. They could use a hit here. You got the lefty up, a big hole on the right side if Jaworski can find it. Holtz down to first after the hit by pitch. And swing and a miss by Jaworski. So Jaworski falls behind 0-1. Jaworski has a little bit of power also. Has a pickoff play and nearly threw it away. But Lapel able to get off the bag quickly. Jaworski has 1 home run, 1 triple, and 3 doubles. That pitch is outside for a ball. Hitting .211 on the season. Looking for something he can... The right fielder playing pretty deep out and right. If he could drop a ball down that right field line, probably could run for a long time. 2-1 count now. 1 out as Paulino comes in to talk to his pitcher. I'll be telling him which way to get off the mound if there's a ground ball right back. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch, and Jaworski pops it up towards the left side. It's going to get out of play. Now it's 2-2. So 2-2 count on Jaworski. 3-2. Triton's leading the Tigers. Bottom of the 5th inning. 1 out. Holtz leading from first base. Jaworski at the plate. Looking in is Johnson. Here's the pitch. It's a high fastball, and he struck him out swinging. So Jaworski swings through that one for strike 3. His second strikeout of the game. And that'll bring up Hunter Embre with Holtz at first base. And wonder if he might try to steal, get into scoring position. He has 12 on the season. Villegas has shown good catcher skills back there. Embre bloops one down the right field line, and that might be trouble on the run, but it's going to be foul just by a little bit. As that one is the one we're talking about with that right fielder playing so deep. If you can get one down the line, be able to run there for a while, but just foul. That might have scored the run as Holtz was already around second, basically already to third. It was a long run for the right fielder, Halligan. And now Johnson coming back to the set, now throws Holtz back to first. He's safe. As Embre looking to drive something here. Here's the pitch from Johnson. It's grounded towards third. Bad hop for Diaz, but he makes the play, throws on to first, and the inning is over. That hop almost got Diaz, but he's able to handle it, and he gets the third out. So after 5 innings, Iowa Central leading MCC 3-2. Ceballos coming back out for the top of the sixth. And coming to the plate for the Tritons will be Junior Gomez, Junior Aracena, and Fernando Villegas. Gomez is 1 for 2 with a single. Aracena also 1 for 2 with a single. And Villegas is 0 for 2, or 0 for 1 with a walk. So Ceballos out on the mound as MCC trails 3-2 to Iowa Central. Looks like a sub in at first base for MCC. Number 18 is coming off the bench for the Tigers. And that is Tony Salato. So Salato will come in for Joel Roschauer. And he will take over at first base. So Salato takes over at first base. Ceballos stays on the mound. As we start the top of the sixth inning. So the sub is Salato in for Roschauer. So Gomez will step to the plate. He's popped out to first and singled. Here's Ceballos' first pitch. It's popped up and out of play for a strike. 3-2. This has been a good baseball game here today. MCC got 2 in the first. Iowa Central tied it with 2 in the third. And they got 1 in the fifth to give them a 3-2 lead. And quickly ahead of Gomez, 0-2. So Ceballos looking for his third strikeout of the afternoon. See if he can get Gomez to chase here. Here's the pitch. It's swung. It's lined over the shortstop Lopez's head, going out towards left field. Hanks quickly on it. That's a leadoff single for the Tritons, Junior Gomez. So Gomez with a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Aracena. As we'll see what the MCC looks like. A couple of players headed down towards the bullpen for the Tigers. There's the pitch from Ceballos, line toward left field. Hanks on the run. He's not going to get it. It's going to the fence. Gomez is rounding third. They're going to hold him at third base, and that's a double for Aracena. And runners on second and third for Iowa Central. Just hammered that one to the left center field gap. Hanks about as fast as he can be. If he's not going to run it down, then nobody is. And suddenly the Tritons have runners on second and third and nobody out. And Fernando Villegas at the plate, who's already walked. He's walked and grounded into a double play. Villegas on the season has 17 RBIs, where you need a pop-up or a strikeout. There's in for strike one. You get a pop-up here, then you have Widmar and Lapel coming up. Widmar's had a pretty good day, while both those guys 1 for 2, and that's on the corner for a strike. Well, this is where Ceballos has to try and make Villegas chase. This pitch can't be on the plate. You got an 0-2 count. If you're Embre, you got to block it. See what he does here. Here's the pitch. It's grounded towards third. Duran coming on. He picks it. Run's going to score. And Villegas is thrown out at first. Nice play by Duran, but the run comes in on the ground out. So the sacrifice for Villegas. He moves up both runners. He's retired on the 5-3 putout. It's a tough play there by Duran. He actually made quite a play to pick that one, but he was unable to come to the plate. He had to go to first, and it's now 4-2. Now leading from third is Aracena, and that pitch is outside for a ball. Now there is activity in the MCC bullpen, as Ceballos trying to get a big out here. That's on the corner for a strike. Nice pitch there for Ceballos, right on the outside corner. He's been able to get ahead 0-2, just hasn't been able to get that strikeout. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. And it's 2-1. And here comes head coach Rich Greif. See if he's going to make the change, or is he going to stay with Ceballos and talk about what he wants out there. Widmar's at the plate. He has 11 RBIs on the season. It is a 2-1 count. Lapel on deck might be a candidate for a double play. Would you risk walking Widmar to get Lapel to the plate, try and turn 2 and get out of this inning with limiting the damage? Ceballos has already got 2 ground ball double plays, also a line drive double play. So looking in is Ceballos. And that pitch is outside for a ball, as Trevor Schwartz is warming up in the Tiger bullpen. So 3-1 count now on Widmar. And that pitch is hammered foul. It's going to be out of play. So Schwartz warming up for the Tigers. And a 3-2 count on Widmar. That meeting at the mound might have just gave Schwartz enough time to get warmed up. Full count, 1 out. Looking for a strikeout. Here's the pitch. It's lined towards center field. Ventura on the run. He's not going to get it. That's going to the fence. Aracena will stroll home, and another double, this time to left center, and it's 5-2 as Widmar jumped all over that pitch. That probably is going to do it for Ceballos. He's pitched a good game, just ran into a little bit of trouble here. These last 2 innings, Iowa Central has started to get to him, although looks like the Tigers are going to stick with him here. 5-2, now 10 hits for the Tritons. Top of the 6th inning. 5-2 Iowa Central the lead, and that pitch is hammered to deep center field. Ventura going back, still going back, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Lapel, and it's 7-2. You knew off the sound of the bat that was trouble, and it just kept on carrying. Then Ventura stopped, and never a good sign when you see the center fielder stop. And it's suddenly 7-2, and Ceballos looks like he's going to be coming out of this game. Although, well, Greif is going to go out and talk to him again. And here comes the new pitcher. Tough outing for Ceballos. Pitched well at times here today, just couldn't quite come up with the strikeout when he needed it. He had a couple 0-2 counts there on the pitch, and those pitches caught just a little bit too much of the plate. And then it looked like he might have just ran out of gas there in the 6th inning, and Lapel hammers one for a 2-run homer. So MCC will make the pitching change. It'll be Trevor Schwartz coming on. It's 7-2. Iowa Central leading MCC on the Tiger Sports Network. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with more Tiger baseball on the Tiger Sports Network.
Take the next step in your education at Marshalltown Community College. With over 55 programs of study, MCC can help make your dream career a reality. We can help you do it with less debt. You can graduate from MCC and go straight into the workforce, or transfer to a 4-year school and take your earned credits with you. Either way, we make it easy and affordable. Get the college experience you've dreamed of at Marshalltown Community College. Take your next step and call to schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. MCC trailing Iowa Central 7-2 as the Tritons put up a 4 spot here in the sixth inning, also scored another run in the fifth inning. The big shot, a 2-run homer by Nolan Lapel over the center field fence. It just kept on going. That's only his second home run of the season, so that's always tough when he hasn't really played much, only played in 12 games, but hit a big 2-run homer there. Now Jose Paulino is up as Schwartz comes in. Paulino has kind of started a lot of the stuff for Iowa Central today outside of this inning. He had been the guy that had been the player causing all kinds of trouble. And that pitch is a slow curve. It looked like it came back down for a strike, but it must have stayed high for a ball. The 1-0 count. Iowa Central with 11 hits. MCC with 7. That pitch is fouled straight back for a strike. Schwartz in to relieve Ceballos. On the season, he's has a 7.27 ERA. He's 2-1 in 10 appearances. As that pitch is a ball. So 2-1 count. There's the pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 2. Two and 2 on Jose Paulino. The shortstop for the Tritons, he's 2 for 2. And that's in the dirt for a ball. So full count now. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Looking in is Schwartz. Here's the pitch, and that's swung and lined down the left field line, and that's going to be a foul ball. Seven to 2. Iowa Central leading MCC. Here's Schwartz pitch. That's high for ball 4. Excuse me. So the walk to Paulino. And there's 1 out here in this top of the 6th inning. Standing in will be Halligan. Paulino on for the 3rd time here this afternoon. Schwartz looking in. Paulino's also stolen 2 bases. Ground ball right to Salado. Good catch. Tag on the runner. He's safe. But nice play there by Tony Salado. He gets the 3 unassisted. And down to second goes Paulino. And that'll bring up Gonzalez. He had the RBI single just an inning ago, which gave the Tritons a 1-run lead at the time. They've added 4 on here in this 6th inning. Schwartz looking in. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. So strike 1 on Gonzalez. Schwartz trying to keep the score right where it is at 7-2. He looks in. Paulino leading from second. Now he's going for third. Swung and grounded up the middle. That's going to get through. Paulino will score easily, and it's 8-2. So another RBI single by Eric Gonzalez. Paulino scores, and it's 8-2. Those walks, especially in the bullpen, usually come back to haunt you. Paulino walked, was able to get to second on the ground out, and scores on a 2-out RBI single. That pitch is inside for a ball. Iowa Central is batting around. This is the 9th batter of the inning. Diaz standing in. He hammers it to left. Hanks on the run. He's going to make a running catch. and that will end at this 6th inning. But Iowa Central does damage as they score 5 runs on 5 hits and no errors and 1 runner left on base. A big inning for the Tritons as the big hit came on Nolan Lapel's 2-run homer. They also got a RBI double from Max Widmer and an RBI double from Junior Aracena. And then Eric Gonzalez had an RBI single. 8-2 is the score. MCC coming to the plate. The Tigers have the firepower to fight back, though. Still have a little bit of time. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, but you got to get some things going here. And a new pitcher on the mound for Iowa Central is number 21. And that is, let's see here, number 21 is Colby Carmichael. So Colby Carmichael will take over for Johnson, who pitched a pretty good ball game, allowing just the 2 runs in 5 innings. So Carmichael coming on to start the bottom of the 6th, as MCC will be coming to the plate here. For the Tigers coming up this inning, it's Brian Ventura, Caleb Hanks, and Bennett Lopez. So a good part of the lineup. You get a couple of guys on, you can do some damage, as Iowa Central did, as they lead this game 8-2. They've scored 6 runs in the last 2 innings. MCC scored 2 in the first and since hasn't been able to do too much. Carmichael, though, has a 7.2 ERA. He's allowed 7 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, struck out 19 and walked 9. So Ventura will stand in. And the first pitch is a curveball for a strike. So Ventura takes strike 1. Now Carmichael right back to the plate. That's outside for a ball. Left-handed pitcher on the mound. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. Ventura walked his last time. MCC loaded the bases that inning with 1 out, but couldn't get a run home. And sometimes those missed opportunities really hurt you. Now it's hammered towards center. Back goes the center fielder. Still going. That ball is off the fence. Ventura's headed for second. Now he's going to think about third, but he'll stay at second, and that's a leadoff double. So exactly what MCC needed to spark him here as Ventura starts the inning with a double. Hanks has had 2 bunt singles here in the ballgame. He did them both towards first base. The second one, Iowa Central got to. With the lefty on the mound, it'll be a little easier for him to pick it up on that first baseline if Hanks bunts again. Well, if he puts it in the perfect spot, there isn't much he can do about it. Instead, he swings, drives it up the middle. It's through for a base hit. Ventura's coming around. He'll score. Hanks on his way to second. He slides, and he's safe. So MCC with a little speed down at the bottom of the order. A double by Ventura, and now a double by Hanks. And it's a 8-3 ball game. That's where speed can do for you. And now Bennett Lopez coming up. As a good start off Carmichael. Back-to-back doubles for the Tigers. Looking in is Carmichael. Bennett Lopez standing in. 8-3 is the score. That curveball's a touch high. Iowa Central scored 4 in the top of the 6th inning. Now MCC responds with a run and still nobody out. Here's the pitch to Lopez. Swings. It's a chopper. That's going to fall. It's a blooper, actually. That'll fall in. Another run will score. And it's 8-4. So MCC right back off the mat after they just went down 8-2, and they scored 2 runs right away. RBI single for Lopez. Hank scores. That'll bring up Salado, who came in, or Salado rather, who came in for Rosauer. And Salado, a 390 hitter. He's looking for something he can hit off Carmichael. Here's the pitch. He's going to bunt. It goes right back to the pitcher, going to second. Lopez is out, and that's the first out of the inning. It looked like he was trying to bunt Lopez on, but to second, but instead he got a little too much of it and bunted it right back toward the pitcher. He's able to get the force out, and Salado reaches on the fielder's choice. A 1-2-6 put out. As here's the pitch to Emmanuel Lopez. That's a strike on the corner. Oh, 1 count, 8-4. Both teams with double-digit hits. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch from Carmichael. That's down for a ball. So 1-1 count. Looks like more action in the MCC bullpen down the right field line. As Carmichael throws the pitch. That's a curve on the outside corner for a strike. Lopez now in a 1-2 hole. Salado leading from first. Carmichael with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Snap throw to first. And Salado, good job getting back in. And now a 2-2 count. So Lopez has plenty of power. He could make it an 8-6 game with 1 swing. As Carmichael looks in. Here's the pitch. It's swung. It's driven towards center field. Back goes the center fielder. Still going back. Still going back. That ball is off the fence. And Salado is coming around second. And he'll stay at third. And Lopez into second. And is he okay, or did he hurt a leg out there? Appears to be okay. As the first base coach is going to check on him. And he is okay, so good news there. Lopez doubles off the fence. Salado goes to third. That ball just kept on carrying, and Gonzalez just kept on running back and back. You thought that one might sneak out of here, but it hits right off the middle of the fence, and that'll bring up Luis Duran. So after Iowa Central jumped out to an 8-2 lead, MCC has cut it to 8-4, and now a base hit here could make it 8-6. Duran stepping in. Here's the pitch from Carmichael. On the inside corner for a strike. As Duran falls behind, 0-1. Still just 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch from Carmichael. Swings. It's going to get through the right side. That's a base hit. Runner will score is Salado. Holding at third is Lopez. And it's 8-5. Great piece of hitting that time by Luis Duran. Just went with the pitch. Drove it into right field. That's an RBI. Moves both runners up. As Lopez went to third and Salado scores. And Carmichael on the mound. Is there any action in the Iowa Central bullpen? Does not appear so. As Carmichael came on, and Johnson was keeping MCC contained, and now the Tigers have jumped all over Carmichael. It's an 8-5 ball game. That pitch is inside for a ball. Runners on first and third. Holtz already in the game is 2 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch. He's going to foul that one off. As Holtz, MCC has already scored 3 here in the inning. Duran leading from first. At third base is Lopez and Manuel Lopez. Holtz swings over the top of that one for strike 2. Oh, big play here. You want to at least get the run in from third. It's one of those situations you don't want to strike out or ground out somewhere right at somebody. Duran leading from first. Carmichael comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Now a 2-2 count on Holtz. Been kind of a wild game. It was a pitcher's duel there for a while. We were tied at 2. Then Iowa Central scored 1 in the 5th and 4 in the 6th. And now MCC starting to score runs. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Good discipline by Logan Holtz. The lefty Jaworski is on deck. As Holtz looking for a pitch here on the full count. Carmichael looks in. Duran leads from first, Lopez from third. 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning, 8-5 Iowa Central. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. So Holtz strikes out swinging. And that'll bring up Jaworski looking for a big 2-out hit. Still a lot of time to go in this ball game. This is a 9-inning game here this afternoon between these two Iowa Community College Athletic Conference teams. As that pitch is down low for a strike as he swings. Jaworski needing to put it in play here. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Carmichael checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's swung. It's a slow roller. Paulino picks it up, throws to first, and he'll get Jaworski by about a step. And the Tigers are retired here in the 6th inning. But they do get 3, and they cut into the lead. It's now 8-5. So it's getting a little bit closer between MCC and Iowa Central. The Tritons score 4 in the 6th inning, or 5 in the 6th inning, and MCC gets 3 back, and it's now 8-5 as we head on to the top of the 7th. So Schwartz out to warm up. Maybe. Looks like there's going to be a new pitcher coming in as Greif is looking down the line. Schwartz came out and threw a warm-up pitch. I believe there might be a pitching change here. There is a pitching change coming on for MCC. So the Tigers will make a pitching change. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Schwartz throws a couple warm-up pitches. Looks like number 20 is the guy warming up for the Tigers. As coming to the plate will be Schwartz will stay on the mound. Looks like J.J. Stevens was the guy warming up down in the bullpen for MCC. Junior Gomez will lead off the 7th. He led off the 6th with a single, and that turned into an inning where the Tritons batted around and scored 5 runs. So Schwartz trying to hold the lead right here. Good curveball for a strike. MCC has a little momentum after that last inning, able to cut the lead back to a 3-run deficit. It was 6 after the top of the 6th inning. That's just low for a ball. So 1-1 count on Gomez. As Schwartz looks in, here's the pitch. And that's low for a ball. So 2-1 count now on Gomez. And here's the pitch. That's low. 3-1. A 3-1 count on Junior Gomez. Here comes the pitch. It's chopped foul, and underneath it, and catching it is Salado. If that was a pop-up, Gomez is out, and it was. And Junior Gomez is retired. And now it looks like the pitching change will be made, as Schwartz does his job, only surrenders the 1 run. And MCC will have a new pitcher coming in. So the Tigers have a new pitcher coming in. We'll take a quick break. We'll have more Tiger baseball coming up on the Tiger Sports Network.
Take the next step in your education at Marshalltown Community College. With over 55 programs of study, MCC can help make your dream career a reality. And we can help you do it with less debt. You can graduate from MCC and go straight into the workforce, or transfer to a 4-year school and take your earned credits with you. Either way, we make it easy and affordable. Get the college experience you've dreamed of at Marshalltown Community College. Take your next step and call to schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. The new pitcher on the mound is J.J. Stevens for MCC. He's got an 8.53 ERA. He's pitched in 6 1/3 innings. Allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. He struck out 7 and walked 2. And that'll bring up Junior Aracena. That's on the outside corner for a strike. So trying to keep the lead right here, as that's in there for a strike. As Stevens on the mound, pitching to Aracena. That's outside, a good pitch there on the 2-strike count. That's a ball for ball 1. So Stevens come out pumping in strikes. Just his first ball there, but a good one, trying to get Aracena to chase. And now he throws another strike, and Aracena fouls it straight back. So Junior Aracena standing back in, as looking in is Stevens. 1-2 count, 1 out, top of the 7th. There's a good-looking pitch, but Aracena lays off of it. And it's a 2-2 count. So 2-2 with 1 out. MCC trailing 8-5. Here's the pitch, and that's off the outside for a ball. So he's tried to nibble the corners after he got ahead 0-2, and Aracena has done a good job laying off pitches. Aracena in the game, he singled and doubled. He's also lined into a double play. Here's the pitch, and he got him looking, strike 3. Nasty looking slider on that pitch, and Aracena just frozen at the plate, and it's 2 down. So MCC looking for a 1-2-3 inning here after they scored 3 in that bottom of the 6th inning. They got a little momentum here if they can get Villegas get out of this inning. That pitch is high for a ball. For the Tigers, coming up in the inning will be that's on the corner for a strike. Jaworski grounded out to end the last inning. I believe it'll be Embre, Ventura, and Hanks coming up for MCC, as that pitch is down for a ball. So 2-1 count. And there's the pitch. And that's high for a ball. So 3-1 now on Villegas. Nope. Want to do a 2-out walk here, especially with Widmar on deck. He's 2 for 3. Here's Stevens' pitch. In there for a called strike. So now a full count on the Triton catcher, Fernando Villegas. Looking in is Stevens, looking for the strikeout, and he just missed off the corner. That was a knee buckler there for Villegas, but fortunate the ball was outside and he'll take the walk. Widmar had a double just an inning ago, which scored a run. And then he came home on the lapel home run, who's in the on-deck circle, only his second home run of the season. As Stevens pitching in, and that's low for a ball. Widmar, the designated hitter. He singled, doubled, and flew out to left. Leading from first is Villegas. There's the pitch. It's swung, popped straight up. Over towards the third base dugout is Duran. Does he have room? And he makes the catch. What a play by Luis Duran. Was over in between the fence and the dugout there, and he reached up and made the catch. And the Tigers will be coming to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning, as the bullpen does the job there. Allows just the one base runner, but they don't allow him to score. 8-5 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Embre, Ventura, and Hanks coming up for the Tigers. So an important inning here for MCC, as Jaworski grounded out to short to end the inning in the 6th. That'll be the catcher, Hunter Embre, who's 0 for 3. Then Brian Ventura, he struck out, walked, and doubled. And Caleb Hanks is the third batter. He singled twice and doubled. So Hanks is 3 for 3. Also drove in a run on his last at-bat. Carmichael will stay in and pitch for the Tritons. Carmichael will stay on the mound, the lefty. On the season, he has thrown 10 innings. He doesn't really walk a lot of batters, only 9 walks and 19 strikeouts, so he's a strikeout pitcher. But he has been hit pretty good, just a 7.2 ERA. So Embre will come up here in the bottom of the 7th. MCC looking for base runners. They still got the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. That pitch is outside for a ball. So 1-0 count on the Tiger catcher, Embre. Here's Carmichael's pitch, and Embre with a check swing. He fouls it off. 1-1 count. Ventura on deck, Hanks after him. Both Hanks and Ventura have had a pretty good game here today. Embre trying to get on. 1-1 count, there's the pitch, and that one's fouled straight back. So Embre behind in the count, 1-2. See what Carmichael tries here. The tall lefty on the mound. Might try to get Embre to chase something in the dirt, or maybe tries to get him to chase something up high. Carmichael stares in at the catcher, goes into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's off the corner for a ball. Didn't miss by much, but Embre able to take it and just off the corner. 2-2 count, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. 8-5, Iowa Central with a 3-run lead. And swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Embre strikes out swinging. MCC is struck out 5 times in the game. Actually, seven times in the game, and that pitch is outside for a ball. Got 7 strikeouts for Tiger hitters. That's outside for a ball. So 2-0 now on Brian Ventura. As Carmichael looks in. Ventura and Hanks started the last inning with back-to-back doubles. And that's just on the inside corner for a strike. Ventura looked back, but the umpire said it was right there. 2-1 count. 12 hits apiece between MCC and Iowa Central. That pitch is grounded towards third. It's off the glove. Paulino gets it. Ventura's going to beat the throw. And that'll likely be an infield hit, but we'll see what they call it. Either way, Ventura's at first base, which is good news for the Tigers. So Ventura reaches base. It is a hit. So an infield hit for Brian Ventura. That'll bring up Caleb Hanks. He's bunted twice, and then he slashed one through the second baseman that turned into a hustling double. Ventura leading from first. Carmichael, a lefty. Lefties usually known for their pickoff move, so you got to be careful. And that pitch is high and outside for a ball. MCC just one base runner away from bringing the tying run to the plate. Hanks standing in from the right side. He's the left fielder here today. Ventura leads. That's low. Pickoff throw on the snap throw from the catchers. Not in time. And a 2-0 count on Caleb Hanks. It does appear that there is some activity in the Iowa Central bullpen. Can't see the number, but it is a right-hander down in the Triton bullpen. Hanks was all over that pitch and fouled it straight back. Like he had a pitch to hit there. Just lined it straight back. 2-1 count. This might be Carmichael's last batter. 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. He comes set. Pickoff play. And Ventura back safely. 2-1 count, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Caleb Hanks at the plate. Ventura a good lead over at first. Carmichael taking his time. Here's the pitch. Hanks tries the bunt. He pops it up, but he's fortunate as it got just over Lapel's head. It could have been a disaster, but Ventura was smart enough to stay on the bag. And now a 2-2 count. Hanks steps back in, looking for a big hit here. Bennett Lopez in the on-deck circle. MCC with 13 hits here this afternoon. Carmichael looks in. Here's the pickoff throw. That might not be his best move, as he just kind of tossed that one over to get Ventura to go back to first. 2-2 count here on Hanks. There's another throw over to first. As Carmichael keeping Ventura close. 8-5, Triton's on top of the Tigers. Carmichael checks the runner, and he'll throw Ventura back to first one more time. So Ventura having a impact over at first base, so he doesn't have a huge lead over there. But Carmichael making sure he's not getting any bigger lead. Now he is starting to edge out just a little bit more. And here's Carmichael's pitch. Hanks swings at a fastball and missed it for strike 3. So Hanks strikes out. And that'll bring up Bennett Lopez. So Lopez, with a chance here, he's got Tony Salato on deck. He bunted his first time up. He bunted it right back to the pitcher. Now Lopez in and takes for a ball. So 1-0 count on Bennett Lopez. He's doubled, walked, flown out to center, and singled. Here's Carmichael's pitch. That's in there for a strike. Looked a touch low as Lopez stared right back at the umpire that time. Must have been a better pitch than what I saw. As here's Carmichael's pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Must be right at the knees. Those last two pitches, the first one looked a little bit lower than that one, but either way, it's a 1-2 count on Bennett Lopez. So Carmichael with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Ventura leading from first. There he goes. Ball is ripped down the line. It's a fair ball. Into the corner. Lopez is headed for second. Ventura's rounding third. He'll score, and it's an 8-6 ball game. So Brian Ventura comes all the way around to score. A double for Bennett Lopez, his second of the game. And an RBI, his second RBI of the game. He's also scored a run. And that'll bring up Tony Salato, the tying run. A wild game here this afternoon. Started out kind of in a pitcher's duel, 2-2 for most of the front half of the innings, and now both teams scoring runs left and right. Looking in is Carmichael. Salato at the plate. He takes strike one. A base hit here could make it a 1-run ball game. Lopez on deck. Bennett Lopez leading from second. Salato's 0 for 1. He entered the game for Joel Rosauer. And he swings and misses for strike 2. Had a fielder's choice bunt. Or he couldn't get Bennett Lopez down to second. 14 hits here today for the Tigers. Looking for number 15. 0-2 count, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. 8-6, Iowa Central leading by 2. Here's the pitch. Salato grounds it towards third. It's going to get off the glove of Diaz and go into left field. Bennett Lopez is coming around. He'll score, and it's 8-7 as Salato just got it enough to the outstretched arm of Diaz for another RBI. We'll see if they give that an error or a hit. Guessing it's going to be a hit. It is a hit. That's an RBI single for Salato. And Lopez can tie the game, or if he decides to hit one out, could give MCC the lead. Well, the tying run now at first base. Back when Iowa Central scored their 5 runs, you thought, that's tough, but this Tiger offense has enough firepower to come right back. And that pitch is off the plate for a ball. And they've shown it here as they battle back, scored 3 in the 6th, and now 2 more here in the 7th. And it's been that bottom of the order. Brian Ventura and Caleb Hank struck out this time, but Ventura has really caused a lot of problems at the bottom of the order. Lopez swings and fouls that off. As Ventura's reached base 3 times. Bennett Lopez has reached base 4 times. He's 4 for 5 in the game. And Tony Salato is now 1 for 2. There's the pitch as Lopez slices that one foul. Now a 1-2 count on Emmanuel Lopez. He's singled, doubled, grounded out to short. And he's also grounded out to third. So 2 for 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's high for a ball. Lopez usually not going to chase those types of pitches. Got a pretty good discipline. Last time up, he nearly hit one out to right center. 2-2 count. Carmichael set. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Lopez goes down swinging, but MCC continues to climb back in it. After 7 innings, 8-7. Iowa Central holding on to a 1-run lead as J.J. Stevens will be coming back to the mound for the Tigers. So an 8-7 ball game here, as it's been a good one. 15 hits for MCC, 12 hits for Iowa Central. Both these teams, we said, could score 328 hitters for MCC, 336 for Iowa Central. So you knew both these teams had a lot of firepower. It'll be Lapel, Paulino, and Halligan coming up for the Tritons as the Tigers try to keep the score right here with Stevens on the mound. 8-7 is our score. Iowa Central with a 1-run lead. It's a beautiful day for baseball, and we're getting quite a game here from Shawn Williams Field. Iowa Central 20-8, rated 9th in the last poll for the National Junior College Athletic Association. And MCC trying to win their 6th game in their last 7 if they can come back here and move to 4-0 at home. They have a number of home games coming up, as Thursday Kirkwood pays a visit here to Marshalltown as Lapel stands in. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. So we start the top of the 8th inning. Always important to get that first pitch strike, especially out of the bullpen. You always want to get that leadoff hitter, as that pitch is just outside for a ball. Looks like Noel Diaz, or looks like, no, that's number 25, running down the right field line. That pitch is hammered towards left. Hank's going back, still going back. Ventura calls him off, and he'll make the catch out in deep left center. Off the bat, that was a little bit scary, but it hung up there. Ventura runs it down, and that's the first out here in the 8th inning. Paulino will stand in. Paulino's had a big game, 2 for 2 and a walk. He singled twice and walked. He's also stolen 2 bases. That pitch is hammered to center. Ventura drifting back, still going back at the wall. He leaps. He can't get it. Paulino is around first. He's headed for second. He'll stop at second with a double as Ventura went all the way back to the fence. Looked like he tried to leap for it, and he couldn't come down with it. And Paulino doing more damage at the bottom of the order with another double. He's now 3 for 3 with a walk. So both number 2s in the game having big games, because Bennett Lopez is 4 of 5. So both number 2s have reached base 4 times. Paulino out at second. Halligan looking in, and that pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0 count, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. 8-7 Iowa Central. Stevens trying to keep the score right here. Paulino leading from second, and that's off the plate for a ball. There is action in the Tiger bullpen. Looks like a sidearm pitcher down the right side there. Can't tell who it is. As looking in is Stevens. It's lined down the right field line. It's foul. Well, that's a strike. Stevens looking for an out here. Try to get this second out with Gonzalez on deck. Don't know if they'll let Stevens face Gonzalez or not. He's had 2 straight RBI singles. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. A 3-1 count. And J.D. Barr is warming up for the Tigers, as he'll be set to come in for MCC. As Halligan steps in with a 3-1 count. Stevens trying to get this out right here. 8-7 ball game. Tritons on top of the Tigers. MCC has 15 hits. Iowa Central with 13 hits. Halligan stepping in. He struck out, and now he'll walk. The runners on first and second. 1 out. And it looks like Barr is going to be coming in for MCC. So Stevens looks like he's going to be coming out of the game here in the top of the 8th inning with an 8-7 ball game. Looks like the Tigers are going to go to J.D. Barr as Stevens will come out. So Barr will be the new pitcher for MCC. He's got a 3.07 ERA in 14 2/3 innings. He's also just allowed 6 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, 16 strikeouts. So Barr, one of the big bullets in the MCC bullpen. So Barr will be coming in 8-7. Triton's on top of the Tigers. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network.
Take the next step in your education at Marshalltown Community College. With over 55 programs of study, MCC can help make your dream career a reality. We can help you do it with less debt. You can graduate from MCC and go straight into the workforce, or transfer to a 4-year school and take your earned credits with you. Either way, we make it easy and affordable. Get the college experience you've dreamed of at Marshalltown Community College. Take your next step and call to schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. 8-7 Iowa Central with a 1-run lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners on first and second for Iowa Central, and J.D. Barr on the pitch for the Tigers. So big outs here, and coming up right in the heart of the order for the Tritons. Eric Gonzalez, he's had 2 RBI singles. He's also flown out to right and struck out. This is one of those innings here where you got to keep the score right here. You got all the momentum on your side right now. As you've come back from 8-2, you've scored 5 runs, but it can all change with one swing here from Gonzalez. And time is called. You're hoping for a ground ball at somebody, maybe turn a double play. Barr looks in. He's got the sign he wants. Now here comes the pitch. The sidearm delivery is hammered straight back foul. Gonzalez was all over that pitch, and he fouls it off. So Barr digs back in. Or Gonzalez, rather, digs back in. Barr back on the mound. Paulino leads from second. There's the pitch, inside fastball. He swung and missed, strike 2. Good pitch, right in on the hands. And Gonzalez swung right through it. So now an 0-2 count. Barr looking for the strikeout. He looks in. Paulino leading from second. Halligan from first. Here's the pitch. It just off the plate for a ball. Good idea there by Barr. Try and get Gonzalez to chase. Gonzalez a pretty good hitter at 400. He's only struck out 5 times, so 6 times now. So he struck out back in the first inning. Barr trying to get the second out here. There's the pitch. It's popped up towards right center. That's trouble. It's on the run is Holtz. He's not going to get it. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run. Gonzalez is headed for third. Play at third. Gonzalez is out, but 2 runs score, and it's now 10-7 on a 2-run double by Eric Gonzalez. Gonzalez cut down at third base. Good relay that time by MCC, but that pitch just hung up, and he hammered it to right center, and it just kept on going. And Holtz couldn't run it down. So the out retired at third. And that'll bring up Diaz with 2 outs. So Gonzalez with his 4th RBI of the game, as Diaz swings and misses at the first pitch. Top of the 8th inning, 10-7 now, Iowa Central. There's a good slider on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2 count now. Barr going right after Diaz. Throws the fastball. It's popped up. Salato on the run. He doesn't have room as it's out of play. So foul ball on Diaz. 0-2 count. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. 10-7, Iowa Central with a 3-run lead. There's the pitch. It's popped straight back. Another foul ball. Coming up for the Tigers in the 8th will be Luis Duran, Logan Holtz, and Christian Jaworski. So a good part of the order coming up for the Tigers. Want to hold the lead right here. Barr's pitch is outside. 1-2 count. Good idea. Try and get Diaz to chase, but these Iowa Central hitters pretty disciplined. He threw that one maybe a little bit too far off the plate. Here's Barr's pitch. That one is lined towards left center. That's going to hit down. It's going all the way to the wall. Hanks runs it down. Diaz is into second with a stand-up double. And that's back-to-back doubles. Gonzalez had a double and then tried to go for 3 and got thrown out. Diaz with his first hit of the ball game. He's now 1 for 4. And now Gomez will come up. He's singled twice. Popped out to first twice. It's important right here to get out of this inning for Barr. Try and keep it a 3-run game. Gomez a dangerous hitter. 7 home runs and 36 RBIs. Two outs, top of the 8th inning. That pitch is off the plate for a ball. As Barr settles himself down here. Just needs to make one good pitch and get out of the inning. Let's get this out here and bring the offense back to the plate. That's outside. So 2-0 now, and with Gomez, you got to be very careful. You don't want to walk him, but Aracena on deck. He's 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Up and down this lineup, number of good hitters for the Tritons as time is called. Gomez one of the best hitters, though, at .410. Looking in his Barr, here's the pitch. Ball 3. So 3-0 now. And you wonder if Gomez has the green light. I would probably venture to guess he does. If there's anything close, he's probably got the green light to swing. Here's Barr's pitch. He swings 3-0, grounds towards third. That's a fair ball, and Duran throws him out. So Gomez is retired. And as we head to the bottom of the 8th, MCC will have Duran, Holtz, and Jaworski coming up. (10-7) is our score. Iowa Central with a 3-run lead. MCC's got a good part of the lineup coming up, though. And a pitching change is being made by the Tritons, as number 16 is coming into the ball game. And that is Bryce Kearns. So Kearns on the pitch. Excuse me. Kearns on the pitch. He's got a 1.42 ERA, He's 2-0 in 8 appearances. He has 1 save in 12 2/3 innings. He's allowed just 2 runs, 2 earned runs. He's walked none and struck out 15. So Iowa Central going to their biggest bullet in the bullpen. Probably going to see him for a couple innings unless the Tigers hammer him around this 8th and knock him out of the game. So it'll be Duran leading off and Holtz on deck. So 4, 5, 6 coming up. Bottom of the 8th inning. Kearns on the mound for the Tritons. The third pitcher used by Iowa Central. Here's Kearns' pitch. It's fouled straight back. Kearns hasn't walked a batter yet this season, and he struck out 15. 10-7, Iowa Central with a 3-run lead. Duran hammers one to right. Back goes the right fielder Halligan. He lost it in the sun, it looked like. The ball drops. Duran's headed for third. He's going to be in there with a sliding triple. So a good start, as that's a leadoff triple for Luis Duran. Looked like there might be a new right fielder out there. I can't tell if that's Halligan or not. It must be. But he went back on it and just lost the ball, and suddenly MCC has a runner on third. Nobody out. 10-7 ball game. Holtz at the plate. Here's the pitch inside for a ball. On deck is Jaworski. And then Embre to follow. Bottom of the 8th inning. There's a wicked slider. Kind of frisbeed up there and went right at Holtz and broke right over the middle of the plate. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 2. Holtz has singled, doubled. He was hit by a pitch and he struck out. Here's the pitch. It's popped straight back and foul. So good job by Holtz staying alive. Nobody out. 1-2 count. So you got to get that run in from third. Duran over at third base. That's why that double by... And that's on the corner for a call at strike 3. So there's the first out of the inning. I was putting it right on the corner. Was Kearns. Now Jaworski. He's struck out twice. He's also grounded out. And he takes strike 1. But this pitcher, you got to be ready to swing because he doesn't throw a lot of balls. And there's strike 2. Just threw it right by Jaworski that time. That one might have been off the plate. Kearns looks in. Here comes the pitch. Swing, and he just fouls it off. So if you can just put it in play here, you're going to get a run. As Iowa Central, leading by 3 runs, they're going to let Duran score. Can Jaworski find a hole? Here's the pitch. Off the plate for a ball. That's Christian from the left side. Hunter Embre on deck. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. So good eye that time by Jaworski. He's staying patient at the plate. Now 2-2 count. I think he's probably coming back with that slider maybe. There's a fastball grounded up the middle. That's going to get a run home. It's going to be a nice play by Aracena, but good at bat for Jaworski as he gets the job done. He gets the sacrifice and the RBI. So Jaworski battles, gets the RBI, and it's 10-8. So Embry will come up, 10-8 ball game. MCC will have one more at bat in the 9th inning, and that's a strike, as they said Embry swung. So 0-1 count on the Tiger catcher. Here's the pitch. That's down for a ball. Embry trying to keep the inning alive for Ventura. He's had a big day today for MCC. Single, double, walk, and a strikeout. And that pitch is off the plate for a ball. So 2-1 now on Hunter Embry. Here comes the pitch from Kearns. It's grounded towards third. It's a foul ball. And 2-2 count. Diaz bounced off third to get it, but it was a foul ball. 2-2 count. Embry at the plate with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's popped up. And it's going to be into foul territory, and it's out of play. Holt struck out, and then Jaworski grounded out to second to get Duran in. As looking in is Kearns. Here's the curveball. It's popped up towards the left side. Diaz is over, and he's out of room, as Embry will stay alive at 2-2. So good at bat here for Hunter Embry. See if he can pay it off with a base hit. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Looking in is Kearns. Here's the pitch. It's swung, popped up towards center. Underneath it is the center fielder. He'll make the catch, and that's Gonzalez who puts it away. And that's the 3rd out of the inning as Embry flies out to center. So MCC gets 1. As we head on to the top of the 9th inning. 10-8 Iowa Central with the lead. New pitcher coming in for the Tigers is number 25, Rafael Puente. So Puente will come in. He's pitched 1 2/3 of an inning. He's allowed 3 runs, none of them earned. He's walked 6, struck out 3. So Puente will check in for MCC as we're coming on to the last inning. Top of the 9th here from Shawn Williams Field. Been a good battle. MCC has scored 2 in the 1st. Then they scored 3 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th. Then scored another one here in the 8th. Iowa Central, on the other hand, They scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th, and then 2 more. They scored 2 more in the 8th, as Halligan and Paulino scored. And that's all the scoring. 10-8 is our score. It started off kind of a pitcher's duel through the first 5 innings. It was 2-2. And then that top of the 6th came. Iowa Central scored 5 in the 6th inning to make it 8-2. MCC came back with 3 more in that 6th inning to make it 8-5. And then the Tigers kept scoring additional runs. They scored 2 in the 7th inning, made it 8-7. But then Iowa Central got the big 2-run double in the 8th to make it 10-7. MCC gets 1 after Duran's triple. So Puente will come on for MCC. And Aracena will lead off for the Tritons. So Rafael Puente is the 5th pitcher used by MCC today. Puente looks in. Aracena will stand in. And here's the first pitch. It's down for a ball. Ten to 8 our score. Top of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch from Puente. That's low for a ball. So 2-0 count now on Aracena. He's singled, doubled, struck out, and lined into a double play. That pitch is in there for a strike. Well, much needed strike there for Puente. And it's a 2-1 count. Puente looks in. Here's the pitch. That's inside for ball 3. So 3-1. As Rafael Puente trying to find the strike zone here. He has had a little bit of trouble with control a little bit this year. That's in there for a strike. Aracena started to throw the bat, and normally when that happens, anything close might go the pitcher's way here. As Aracena will face a full count pitch. Nobody out, top of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung, grounded towards short. Lopez knocks it down, picks it up, throws towards first. Salado picks it out, but Aracena beat it. And that'll be an infield. That'll be an error against Lopez, so an E6 against Emmanuel Lopez. And that'll bring up Villegas for the runner on first. Lopez knocked it down, but couldn't recover in time. That's the 3rd error of the game for MCC. Villegas looking to bunt. He fouls it off. And they're going to call balk on Puente. They're saying he didn't come to a full stop. So that'll send Aracena down to second base. So now Villegas won't have to bunt. I think they're trying to bunt Aracena over to second, try and get another run in scoring position. See if they can get their 3-run lead back, but the balk puts him on second with nobody out. Looking at his Puente, Villegas still looking to bunt. And he fouls it off again for strike 2. Now Embre's going to come out and talk to Puente. As Puente has battled here in this 9th inning. Looked like he had the ground out, but Lopez couldn't quite come up with it. Aracena beat it out. And now Villegas at the plate, 0-2 count, runner on second. Nobody out in the 9th, 10-8, Iowa Central with the lead. Villegas shows bunt again with 0-2. He throws it over the top of Villegas' head there, and that's going to go all the way to the backstop. And it's a ball and a 1-2 count. Now a runner at third. So the balk and then the wild pitch moves Aracena from first all the way to third, and he got on because the error, and now they can score him without even a hit. MCC will bring the infield in, though. So any ground ball, they're coming to the plate to try and cut Aracena down. Here comes the pitch. Just inside for a ball. So now a 2-2 count. As Villegas showed bunt a few times. And he fouled both of them off. Now he's probably going to swing away. Here's the pitch. Swung and popped straight up, but it's going to be out of play. Puente looking for a strikeout here. It's like a lefty down in the bullpen for MCC. I would guess Kearns is probably staying in the game unless MCC gets to him in the ninth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball gets away. Villegas going towards first. Embre's throw is in time, but the run comes in to score. So a strikeout. And the wild pitch allows Aracena to score. Villegas is retired. And that's the first out of the inning. As Rich Greif comes to the mound to get Puente. And he'll come out of the game. And with the pitching change, we will take a quick break. We'll have more Tiger baseball coming up on the Tiger Sports Network. 11-8, Iowa Central with the lead.
Take the next step in your education at Marshalltown Community College. With over 55 programs of study, MCC can help make your dream career a reality. We can help you do it with less debt. You can graduate from MCC and go straight into the workforce, or transfer to a four-year school and take your earned credits with you. Either way, we make it easy and affordable. Get the college experience you've dreamed of at Marshalltown Community College. Take your next step and call to schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. 11-8, Iowa Central leading MCC as we are in the top of the ninth inning. 1 out. New pitcher on for the Tigers is Wyatt Stark. He has pitched 1 inning. Hasn't allowed a run. He's walked 1 batter. So that is the numbers on Wyatt Stark. 11-8 is the score. Kind of a wild game here this afternoon, as it was tied at 2 for a while, and then Iowa Central broke the tie with a 3-2 lead on the 6th inning, or the 5th inning rather, and then scored 5 in the 6th. And they scored 2 more in the 8th, and then 1 here in the 9th. It was 8-7 as the lefty Stark on the mound. Widmar at the plate. Curveball high for a ball. Nearly hit Widmar. And Widmar's doubled and singled. He's also popped out to third and popped out to left. He hammers that one foul. And a 1-1 count on Max Widmar. Top of the 9th inning, MCC trailing by 3. And that ball is hammered towards left center. Hanks on the run. He dives. He can't get it. It's down by his leg. He throws it in. He's got a shot at second, and he's sliding in safely is the runner. And that's a double, but it looks to be in pain is number 20, Max Widmar. So Widmar doubles, but it looked like he might have hit his shoulder. And he's down and in a lot of pain out at second base. As the training staff will come on, the MCC's coaches and the Iowa Central coaches checking on Max Widmar. He slid into the bag. It looked like he might have slid late, and his shoulder looked like it went right into the bag, as he's definitely holding his shoulder out there at second base. And Widmar is up now, so that's a good sign, but looks like we're going to have a pinch runner. So Max Widmar will come out of the game. He's shaking that shoulder. And number 26 will be coming into the game. That is Trevor Jameson, as he'll replace Max Widmar. So Trevor Jameson on the game. And that'll bring up Lapel. Trevor Jameson, rather. As Lapel will stand in. He's already hit a 2-run homer. He's also singled. grounded out to short and flew out to center. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. MCC trailing 11-8. Starks trying to keep the Tigers within striking distance. As in the bottom of the 9th, you have Ventura, Hanks, and in the top of the order. That pitch is off the plate for a ball. Bryce Kearns will probably be back on the mound for the Tritons. As Starks looks in. Leading from second. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. It gets away from Embry, but he's able to get to it. Jamison leading from second. And a 2-0 count here on Lapel. He hammered a 2-run homer back in the 6th inning. He hit it out over the center field fence. Here's Stark's pitch. That's off the plate for a ball. So 3-0. There does not appear to be any help in the bullpen, as it's like Starks is the guy here for the Tigers. They've already used 6 pitchers. You don't want to have to use a 7th unless you get the game to extra innings. As Starks comes back, and there's a strike. Good pitch there from Wyatt. He hasn't thrown a lot of innings, just thrown 1 inning this season, so probably some nerves. As he looks in, 3-1 count. Here's the pitch to Lapel, outside, ball 4. So things getting a little messy here in this top of the 9th inning. Still 1 out though. And that'll bring up the guy that's kind of been the hammer today. He's doubled. He's 3 for 3 with a double, single. He's singled twice, doubled, and walked. He's been the guy at the bottom of the order that just caused a lot of havoc. Now he pops this one up to right. Holtz is drifting back on it, still drifting back, still backing up. He'll make the catch. Tagging and going to third is Jamison. And for the first time this afternoon, Paulino has been retired. So Jose Paulino came in hitting 294 or 263 rather, and he's had a great day for the Tritons. That's the first time the Tigers have been able to retire him. That'll bring up Halligan. He walked in his last at bat. This is the guy you want to get right here if you're MCC, because you don't want to see Eric Gonzalez again. He's had an RBI single in the 5th, RBI single in the 6th, and then a 2-run double in the 8th. You want to not see him again unless you get to extra innings. As Starks throws the first pitch off the plate for a ball. Two outs, runners on first and third. You got the lefty-lefty matchup here between Starks and Halligan. Here's Starks' pitch. In there for a strike. So now 1-1. The only run scored this inning because of an error and then a balk and then a wild pitch. And then another wild pitch led to him getting home. There's a curveball outside. The runner goes, and he's down into scoring position as faking the throw was Embry, and then he threw it to third. But the runner, Jamison, paying attention. Now this is where you can't allow the 2-run single here, because then it becomes a 5-run game. You always want to be within Grand Slam distance. Right now it's 11-8. There's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Starks is able to backhand it. Throws on to first, and he's out of the inning. Good job by Wyatt Starks, giving the Tigers a chance as they just allow the 1 run, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Coming up for MCC will be Brian Ventura, Caleb Hanks, and Bennett Lopez. Ventura's had a big day today for the Tigers, and Hanks has been able to get on base quite a bit too, and Lopez has been on fire today. So a good part of the order coming up for MCC. 11-8. They'll have to do it off a good pitcher, though. Bryce Kearns back out to try and get the save for the Tritons. So it'll be Ventura, Hanks, and Bennett Lopez. Ventura will lead it off. He's doubled, singled, walked, and struck out. Hanks on the on-deck circle. He singled twice and doubled and struck out. So 3 for 4 for Hanks, 2 for 2 for Ventura, and then Bennett Lopez is 4 for 5. He's doubled, singled, doubled. He's actually 3 for 4 with a walk. So he's reached base 4 times. He's also flown out to center. So Ventura and Hanks get on, then Bennett Lopez would be the tying run. See what happens here as we head to the final at bat, the final 3 outs for the Tigers, trying to avoid their first home loss of the season. Just a couple of pitches in that 6th inning, and then the 8th inning, the 2-run homer there in the 6th, and then the 8th inning, the 2-run double really hurts, and then that is the 1 run that scores in the 9th. Those really hurt when you have a lot of momentum. As MCC was with 8-7, and then it went 10-7 as Ventura shows bunt, and that's in there for a strike. Coming right after Ventura with a fastball is Kearns. The 0-1 count. Pitch to Ventura in the dirt for a ball. Kearns has yet to walk a batter this season. 1-1 count. He does have 1 save. That pitch is outside for a ball. So Ventura working the count. 2-1. And now he calls time. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. That one looked like he could have gone either way. 2-2 count now on Ventura. As Kearns looks in. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch. It's swung. It's a little chopper. It's going to be a tough play. Ventura running good, well, but he's thrown out by Polino. Jose Polino's kind of been the thorn in the side of the Tigers today, and he gets Ventura on the chopper. And that's the first out of the inning. So now MCC down to their final 2 outs here. If they can't get something going, trailing 11-8. Kearns coming right after Hanks, and that's inside for a ball. Hanks has got to be patient. He's done a couple of those bunts off to the right side that have worked very well. That's in there for strike 1. A 1-1 count. Kearns has 1 save on the season. This would be his 2nd. That's in there for a strike. A wicked slider. And it's 1-2. So 1-2 count. Hanks trying to get on. Here's the pitch. Off the outside corner for a ball. Sounded like the Iowa Central fans off to the left were all screaming strike 3, but just off the plate. 2-2 count. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Hanks stays alive with a foul ball. So Kearns. This is an important battle here. Hanks trying to get on. Here's the pitch. It's right down the middle for strike 3. He froze him with the heater. 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Bennett Lopez. He's 3 for 4. He's also walked. So Lopez will stand in. He's the Tigers' last hope here this afternoon. On deck is Salato if Lopez can get on. He shows bunt. That's off the plate for a ball. So Bennett standing in, trying to keep the game alive for Salado. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt again. This time takes a strike. Everyone take until they get a strike for MCC. 1-1 count. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. That's low for a ball. 2-1 count on Bennett Lopez. Iowa Central 1 out away from winning today's ball game. And that's off the plate for ball 3. So now 3-1. 11-8. You need a base runner. If you're Lopez, you probably got to make him throw you a strike here. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. So strike 2. And now a full count. 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth inning. Lopez versus Kearns. He walked him. So the first walk allowed this season by Kearns. As Bennett Lopez goes down to first. And now if Salado can get on, you can bring Emmanuel Lopez to the plate as the tying run. So a good at bat by Bennett Lopez. He's been on 5 times today. 2 walks and 3 hits. Here's the pitch. Salado takes strike 1. Salado trying to get on base any way he can. 0-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch, off the plate ball. 1-1 count. Lopez on deck. He has the power to tie it with 1 swing of the bat. Looking in is Kearns. That's low for ball. So Kearns, he's only walked 1 batter so far this year. The pressure's starting to get to him. 2-1. The Tigers trying to put a little pressure on in the ninth. Salado pops it up. It's trouble. Halligan can't find it, but the second baseman Aracena does. He's under it. He'll make the catch. And the Tritons have defeated the Tigers 11-8. So Salado pops out to end the game. And MCC falls here this afternoon to Iowa Central 11-8. A great ball game here this afternoon. Just MCC had 1 inning there, and that 5th inning they loaded the bases in the 6th inning and didn't score. That was the 4th inning, I believe. They loaded the bases in that 4th inning with 1 out, and they didn't score that inning, and sometimes those innings come back to get you, and MCC was close. They got it to 8-7, and then Iowa Central able to score just enough runs to hold on to an 11-8 victory over the Tigers of MCC. But a big game for Bennett Lopez. He gets on base 4 times. He doubles, singles, and doubles, so he has 2 doubles and a single. Also, Brian Ventura had a big game with a double, single, and a walk. And then Caleb Hanks, also a nice game for him, as he singled twice, doubled, and then struck out twice in the later innings. So MCC falls here today 11-8 to Iowa Central. Our next broadcast will be on Thursday afternoon, when we'll have MCC and Kirkwood in a doubleheader coming up on Thursday afternoon here from Shawn Williams Field. So the Tigers drop to 24-13. Iowa Central moves to 21-8. And there will be a revenge matchup coming up between these 2 teams back in Iowa Central coming up on, let's see, it'll be April, well, they're here. I lost my schedule. Looked like, I thought it was going to be the 26th, would be the rematch between these 2 teams at Iowa Central. But our next broadcast will be on Thursday afternoon. We'll have the doubleheader, Kirkwood and Marshalltown, starting at 2 and 4 will be the games there. So that'll wrap up coverage here today. MCC falls to Iowa Central 11-8 here at Shawn Williams Field. I'm Andy Jennings saying good afternoon from the Marshalltown Community College campus on the Tiger Sports Network.